Hey, how's it going? I am recovering from COVID right now, and let's see if this multi-stream works. Hello, hello. I hope you guys are doing well. Maybe I should take cough suppressant. I didn't want to stream much on YouTube because I had this horrible cough and it was like really annoying. And I tend to record my videos for all the true crime stuff that I do. So I didn't want to have to edit all the coughs because that would be really fucking annoying. But oh wait, hold on. Why is this so big? Let me hide this. Pop out. No. Stream settings. Hi, Taxi. How are you doing today? Yeah, it's been a while. I didn't stream on YouTube last week because I was just recovering from COVID. I got COVID at TwitchCon. You guys probably saw the Discord. Is COVID over? I mean, I've been feeling well. It's just that I have this lingering cough. It's so annoying. Hi, Madison. How are you doing today? Hello, hello. Wait, let me make the chat bigger. I can't see. I hope you guys are doing well. So today I want to talk about Sarah Boone, and then there's a new trial that's been happening, and there's just been some updates here and there that I just wanted to talk about. Hi, Jerome. Hi, Gigi. How have you guys been? I missed you guys. How have you guys been? I've been streaming on Twitch instead and doing some video game stuff on there. But yeah, like honestly, like I was like, oh, should I stream on YouTube? But I'm like, oh, but I got this cough and I don't want to be coughing everywhere. And then I have to edit the videos. It's gonna be kind of like a pain in the butt and stuff like that. So that's why I didn't stream on YouTube last week. But I really did miss you guys. Glad I caught it live. Hi, Paul. I hope you feel better. COVID is the worst. Oh my God, it's so bad. I've been looking forward to getting sick for a while because I was like, oh, you know what? I can just like get sick. I can chill on the couch. I can play some video games, watch some TV. I don't know, just like hang and like catch up on some TV shows. But COVID sucks. My throat, it felt like, I keep telling this to people, but it feels like I swallowed like 30 fish bones. And I don't know if you guys ever had like a fish bone stuck in your throat. It sucks. But it felt like I had like 30 of them. And it was so painful that I feel so bad for, I don't know, I feel bad for babies who get COVID because I don't know what they would do to relieve their pain, you know? Like for me, I can take medication, I can like drink some hot water, some honey and stuff like that. That helps with it. Did I have the horrendous backaches? Oh, I had the muscle aches, man. It was really annoying. But it was like not consistent muscle pain. It was just like, I feel like there would be just one nerve that would just be inflamed. So it would be like randomly in my leg and then it would move to my hip. And then for some reason, my jaw was hurting. Hi, Susie. How are you doing today from Scotland? Hello. I know COVID is shitty. So I'm so glad that I didn't have the more serious version of COVID. Hi, Joe. How are you doing today? Sup, old man Corky in chat. Hello. So I'm so glad that I didn't get the first wave of COVID. The ones that my friend had where they were out for 2 weeks. They had no sense of smell. They had no sense of taste. And they were just like completely beat up. I'm so glad that whatever COVID that I got, it sucked, but it was only concentrated for like, I don't know, like 2 to 3 days, where it was like 3 days of like just shitty pain. When you had COVID, you had the worst headaches. It felt like my head was full of like battery acid. Oh, Madison. Oh. Okay. I may want to look into, I mean, right now it's good. I'm doing okay. I just have lingering coughs, but Jello Mitro, is that something that's only available in Germany? And Jello Revolve? I've never heard of any of them. But yeah, I have like hot water here and hopefully we are doing okay. But don't wish it on anyone. Yeah, I was, I don't know. I thought it was going to be like fun to have COVID. Well, not fun as in like, well, I'll just have like a nice day off where I'm just like watching TV and like catching up and stuff like that. But yeah, it was painful. It was not good. It was just, it sucks. It wipes your energy. Yes. I started getting symptoms about maybe like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, okay, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm just tired because when I was in Vegas, I just didn't really get good sleep. We like stayed up really late and we woke up like god awful hours. But I was like, maybe I'm just really tired. And then I started getting like the throat thing and I was like, oh, this is so annoying. Excuse me, guys. That for me was for the Delta variant for 2 days, but it did lose taste for me for like 5 days. I'm just so glad I didn't lose my sense of taste because I feel like if I lost my sense of taste, I would not be willing to eat and eating would just suck. But I did do, I don't know, like I had like bone broth. My friend was telling me about bone broth before and I was like, you know what, let me just get some bone broth, okay? Because I felt like I wasn't getting my proteins in and I wasn't really eating. I don't know, like eating was just like meh to me because like my throat was hurting. Hi, Sister Sherry. How are you? Hello. Oh, I mean, I'm doing good. So I'm okay on like doing like random alternative stuff. I'm doing good right now. So we're doing good. I do need to figure out what to do about my eczema though. My eczema started inflaming a little bit and it's really annoying. I have eczema on my eyelids right now. And I think it started flaring up in Vegas, but dude, it's like itchy, painful, and I fucking hate eczema. Oh God. I didn't stream last week, Sherry, because I was recovering from COVID. And you know, when I was sick with the COVID, it was okay. It was like annoying, but it was this throat thing that was like, oh my God, it was like the worst. But afterwards, the cough came afterwards. So I didn't have the coughs while I was like positive for COVID. I got the coughs like afterwards. Yeah, I have some Vicks vapor rub. I do have that. Hi, good guy Steve. How are you doing today? I have the palms of my hands and oh yeah, I used to get them on my feet and then I would get them on my eyelids. It's like really annoying, but I think it was because when I was in Vegas, the weather was just so dry and it was just, you know, it's awful. But I will say though, Vegas weather in October is the best. If I ever have to go back to Vegas, I want to go back in October because it's not too hot. It's not too cold. It's just right. As long as you're not like straight up in the sun, then you're good. Like we were walking like Shiro around because usually it's hard to walk around your dogs in Vegas. The ground is too hot. Hi, Nicole. How are you doing today? Hello, hello. How are you? Not good one. I've never had it. That's what I was saying. I was telling people, I was like, oh, I haven't gotten COVID yet. Da, da, da. But, you know, I had a feeling for TwitchCon, I probably would have gotten it because it's mostly just like all like closed indoors. It's not really like open air. And I think the convention itself was probably fine because the convention was really large and it was very like, it wasn't very crowded. But it's probably like the nightclubs. We did go to like one nightclub. And then there was like some private parties where it's like indoor and like, yeah, like I'm pretty sure that's where we got the COVID. But anyways, I'm doing okay now. It's just that like I'll have like a cough that will just come and it's just like really annoying. And I didn't want to stream on YouTube because I didn't want to have to like edit out my coughs if I was like to make a YouTube video or anything like that. Yeah, my brother was telling me that he didn't get any trick-or-treaters this year because it was actually snowing in Chicago. And I was like, oh, well, that's horrible. I was in Berkeley and Berkeley was like, oh, perfect, nice weather. There's kids running around everywhere. With the wait, you made a comment about you've been in YouTube jail ever since. I can only comment on lives. I'm going bonkers. Wait, Nicole, have we talked about this before? I remember I was talking to someone in my chat before and they said that they were having they weren't allowed to comment. Was it you? Maybe it was someone else. Because that's actually really interesting how, like, so you can't comment on videos, but you can comment on live streams. That's so weird. So glad you're feeling well. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. When you had COVID, I woke up in the middle of the night as I was about to not get any air anymore. It was like fucking scary. I was like double or triple like vaccinated. Yeah. I mean, like the good thing about the vaccines, like, you know, it's supposed to make your immune system get ready for when you actually get real COVID. So when you actually have to face it, you know, your body has a better response system. So I don't know, man, dude, I was vaccinated too. I had my vaccines, but it was like a while back though. So I'm not really quite sure. Are you supposed to be getting like more boosters? Like, was I supposed to get another booster this year or what? Or I don't know. I haven't got any update or anything because I feel like the last time I got my booster was like, I don't know, like fucking a year and a half ago. It was a while ago. What was the comment? It happened to me, but I don't know if I don't think you guys knew yet. Maybe it was someone else then because someone else was telling me how they were also in YouTube jail as well. But they were able to comment on the live streams. I'm like, okay, well, at least you can comment on the live stream. That's good. All right. So I just want to do an update with Sarah Boone. Now, Sarah Boone did write a letter, but it is not a letter that she wrote to this judge, Judge Wayne Wooten. It's for the judge that's overseeing her. I don't know. She had like another hearing with the father of her child and like in regards to like custody and stuff like that. So that's been like recently reopened, I guess. And there was a letter in there, but it's not really available for public viewing. I would have to make an account and then I would have to like sign this like notarized thing to tell them that like, this is my email, this is my account. And I didn't go through that steps. I remember, I think I signed up for the account like a couple months back and I was like, notarized stuff. Like I'm too lazy. So we don't have the letter, but there has been some updates with Sarah Boone's trial. This is her attorney right here. She's got a new attorney. This is Hobson. And he is her, like seventh attorney now, I guess. Seventh attorney. And they did do like a hearing or like a status update on October 30th, which was last week. So we're just going to watch a little bit of that. But we do have a new trials date scheduled for Sarah Boone because originally, well, not originally, it's been rescheduled so many times, but the most recent reschedule, it was supposed to happen, I guess, like in October, and then it was supposed to happen, no, not October. October was the pre-trial stuff, I think. Or was supposed to happen in October? I think so. I think it was supposed to happen in October, and then it got pushed to December, and she's got a new attorney now, and now it's actually pushed to January. So we'll see if they'll be ready in January. We might have a Sarah Boone trial in January. We'll see. Is this number 7? I believe so, because I think Frank Bankowitz was number 6, I believe. Hi, Clint. How are you doing today? Hi, lady. I got called for jury duty. Oh, really? You got called for jury duty next year? When did they start going through the voir dire process where they like do the questionnaires and stuff like that? When do you have to go in for that? I haven't gotten called for jury duty yet. Although I don't know. Jury duty would be kind of hard for me because like, am I allowed to take I would have issues with like bathroom breaks, and then like I don't know, I have like back issues, so I need to make sure I bring my like cushion seat to make sure I'm like comfortable and stuff like that. I wonder if you're allowed to bring stuff like that, if you have like issues. Hello from Adelaide, South Australia. Hi, Michelle. How are you doing today? How's the weather in Adelaide over there? It's I think you guys are supposed to be getting your like summer, right? If I remember correctly, you guys are like the opposite of us. So it's like when we have our Christmas and it's technically cold, even though in LA it's not really cold. I think it's like hot over there for you guys. You have 5 different dates. I had to show up. Oh, dude, what is the most recent date? That'll be interesting. I can't believe that my mom actually, she served on jury duty. And I'm like, Mom, like, how did you understand what was going on? Like, did you actually understood like what was happening? Like, I don't know. My mom said she served on jury duty, and I feel like I would not want to have her. I would not want her to be on my jury duty. I don't know if she understands what's going on. It's spring and it's beautiful. Oh, that sounds so nice. We're supposed to be entering fall season in LA right now, although I don't know if it's really such thing. But it's hot. It was really hot. I don't know. It was hot, and it was a little too much. It's a channel called, what is this? There's a couple. It was either from Little Miss Davy Savage or Tom Cruise, knowing about. I haven't been following any of this stuff. I honestly started getting a little bit interested in the whole like background story with LDS because of the podcast that you guys were recommending me called like Mormon Stories. So I watched 2 interviews on there, and it's been pretty interesting so far. You're going to go for January 23rd, February, March, and April. Have fun. Let me know how it is. I'd be very interested to hear what kind of cases you're going to be looking over. Like if it's just going to be like regular, cases about like people stealing or something like that, or if it's just like, like a little bit more severe, like murder trials or something like that. Sarah's still rocking the same awful haircut. I don't know if she has much choice in jail. I actually don't even know when you're in jail, who cuts your hair? Is there someone that's like designated in jail where they just like cut like the inmate's hair and stuff like that? And like when they do it, do they have to make sure the inmates are strapped down because like you're carrying like sharp like objects, right? I don't know. But yeah, she's got the same haircut. I think this haircut fits her very well. It's very Sarah Boone haircut. That's all I'm going to say. Sarah's unbelievable. Yeah, I'm like thinking, should I try to get access to the other letters that she wrote to the other judge? Because I was looking at the Sarah Boone. Here, let me pull it up really quick. I was looking up at oh, wait, hold on a second. Before we start this, I think I want to make it so we have. Okay, so, oh my gosh, sorry. You guys are down here. JChat. I want to put you guys up here. Let's see. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work, but the YouTube, you guys are, maybe I'll fix it later, but you guys are eating into my screen right now. I'll leave it right there. And then JChat, I can make it like, wait, no, don't do that. How do I make it smaller? Can I not? Okay. Well, you guys are eating into my, should I push you guys down more? Actually, maybe I will do that. YouTube chat, I will push you guys down there. Okay. Let's see how that works. There's so much going on behind the scenes. It's mind-boggling. I'd be interested to watch some videos about that. Thought Sarah was going to pull a Brooks. Oh, please no. Although, is Brooks representing himself again for the other trial that he has against his ex-girlfriend? because I saw that there was a thumbnail about a cross-examination or something, but I wasn't sure if that was like a recent thing or if that was like something from like a year ago and they just like re-uploaded. But no, we don't want Sarah Boone to represent herself. It's just going to be a shit show. Like, please, no, like none of that. Let her hire an attorney. Let her have someone, take care of her case. It's free for her anyways. Let her have someone else take care of it. I do not want her representing herself. Oh, please, no. That I think we would just go insane just listening to her talk, like trying to opening statements, closings, and all that stuff. Oh God, not him again. I don't know. I saw the thumbnail pop up, so I don't know if like there's something going on with him right now, or if it's just like an old re-upload. I don't know. That guy makes me crazy. Like I didn't even watch the full trial of DB, but watching the highlights was enough to make me want to rip my hair out. Like it was just too much going on, and the judge overseeing the case has way too much goddamn patience, and there's a lot of things that I thought she should have done way earlier, because I don't know why she was putting up with this shit, but she was just being really, really patient. So I guess good on her. She can't handle her hair. Can she handle her trial? Okay, so Sarah Boone right here. So I want to watch this. This is really short. There was... Ooh, I don't have my audio set up. She had a status hearing on October 30th. We have new lawyer, Mr. Hobson, Frank Bankowitz, out, and I hope it works out with her new lawyer just so we can get the trial going with Sarah Boone, because again, this was committed almost 4 years ago. This was like the beginning of 2020. We're now in October, or sorry, November 2023. So this has been almost 4 years that she's been, sitting in jail. So hopefully we'll have her trial, and it's gonna be an uphill battle for her. I think I don't know if they're still gonna go with the battered spouse defense now that we have a new attorney. Maybe he'll do a different defense. Maybe we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. It's an uphill battle. I mean, again, we have the cell phone footage of her recording her boyfriend while he was in the suitcase pleading to get out, and he was still alive, and she kind of just laughed it off and she just waved her hand. She just kept, antagonizing him. Hi, Rhiannon. How are you doing today? Thanks for popping in on the live. Hello. Another attorney in her belt. Yeah. I mean, it seems like maybe they get along. Hi, Believe. How are you doing today? Okay, so let's watch this. Sarah Boone in court with new attorney, and I think the audio should be good.
Move Ms. Boone to the center seat when you swear her in.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Welcome back, ma'am. Tell me your name and your date of birth.
Sarah Boone, 10-10-77.
All right. In this case, you were most recently
But who's that? Oh, is that like another inmate that's just like waiting for his turn? Like, who's that over there?
represented by Mr. Bankowitz. I granted a motion to withdraw. We appointed Mr. Hobson, and we set a status hearing.
Dude, the moment Frank Bankowitz got his motion granted, again, he tried to put in a motion to withdraw as his attorney roughly about a year ago. That was denied. The moment he got this one approved, he was probably like, oh, sigh of relief. Like, thank goodness, I don't have to deal with her anymore. So good for you, Frank Bankowitz. But hopefully she'll treat Mr. Hobson way better. Oh, Brandon, thank you so much for the 10 months. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. And yes, happy Monday. I'm sorry that I haven't been streaming on YouTube. I've been getting over COVID, and I got this like stupid cough in my throat, and I didn't want to interrupt the YouTube streams with all the coughs. But yeah, if you were on my Twitch streams, I was coughing, and I didn't. I'm so sorry, my Twitch people. I was coughing up a storm.
Mr. Hobson, where do you stand as far as entering the case, and how much work do you think you have to get done to get the case ready for trial?
Let me start. I'll start at the back end, Judge. I would ask the court to set a status for sometime in January. I've had discussions with Ms. Booth before today, and she's okay with that, and I think that would make sense. I've got like a banker's box and a half of stuff I'm trying to wade through, plus the media stuff. So I think that would be the best option we've got right now, as far as I'm concerned.
So I don't have my...
And again, we have not gotten any recent letters from Sarah Boone for this case. We did for, her other previous case that she's got going on, but we don't have any new letters popping up. So maybe she is happy with this attorney, and maybe this attorney is doing work that maybe Frank Bankowitz was, unfortunately, was just too busy to deal with.
Dates, other than my pretrial and trial dates for next year, I don't have the calendar ironed out.
Okay.
But what I could do is just give y'all a January pretrial date, understanding that you're not representing that you're actually going to be ready to
Right.
announce trial, but at least it's a next point to see how far you've gone, how much further you have to go. My hope would be in January, you'd be able to give the court a realistic estimate of when you would be ready to announce trial.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so based off of that, it doesn't seem like they really are ready for the January trial. They're just gonna do just like a status hearing, and then but I guess, you know, I like this judge. He like sets it anyways, just in case, you know, if they are ready, let's do it. If they're not, we'll just keep pushing it again. So again, it was originally supposed to be next month in December, and now it's pushed to January for now. But I don't know if he's gonna be ready for January. It might not even happen. Hi, Chris. How are you doing today? Hello. Yes, we're feeling better. Thank you. Thank you. Way better. Why couldn't they just have Elaine be her attorney? Oh, man. Elaine, she went through a whole lifetime of headache probably with Amber. So let her have her rest. You know, I think she's close to retirement maybe, or maybe she'll continue working. We'll see. But yeah, let her have her rest.
State, are you okay if we handle it that way?
Yes, that sounds reasonable.
I have a January 16th pretrial date. Is that far enough into January, Mr. Hobson?
Yes, sir.
All right, here's what we'll do. We will set pretrial conference on January 16th, trial period January 29th. The one thing I'm going to ask Mr. Hobson is if there are particular problems with the discovery, getting up to speed, that you know about before the 16th, if you could bring those to the court's attention beforehand,
Yes.
so we can at least start working those problems as they arrive, that would be my request.
Judge.
All right,
I would also ask the court.
This is the new lawyer right here. This Hobson over here. She does. She does have a child that she shares with her ex-husband. And the reason why that's been brought up recently is because that separate issue has a whole different judge overseeing it. And apparently she wrote a letter to that judge as well in regards to like her husband, her kid. But yeah, she does have a kid. And I wonder what the relationship is like between her and her kid. I believe she had shared custody with the husband. And actually, I think the day that they found her boyfriend murdered, I think she was supposed to go over to her, I think she was supposed to like pick up the kid and take him to school or something, if I remember correctly. I'm trying to remember from the body cam footage. But yeah. Could you imagine our dear Corgi having to read a deposition with Elaine and Sarah? That would be pretty fun, actually. That would be fun. I would have fun doing the voiceovers for that. I would have to practice my Sarah Boone voice, though. But yeah, this is the new attorney that we have right here, Mr. Hobson.
I would also ask the court as a caveat to indicate that it's a pretrial conference / status conference.
sure. Have the court minutes reflect that I'm setting it for pretrial conference / status for the defense to
Yeah, it doesn't
advise
sound
the
like he's
court,
ready.
how long before they are prepared for trial.
Mashed potatoes with soy sauce. Mashed potato with soy. Oh my! Mashed potatoes with soy sauce. I mean, theoretically, that shouldn't sound nasty, but that sounds gross. I mean, I used to eat rice with soy sauce, but I guess mashed potatoes could work too.
I think speedy trial was waived long, long ago,
4 years on, Judge.
4 years.
so I'm just going to court reset it for those dates.
Yes, sir.
Anything else I need to do on Ms. Boone's case today?
Nothing else, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Boone will be returned to the Orange County Jail pending disposition of her case.
Yes, thank you, Judge.
Quick status hearing.
Okay, have a good day. Ms. Vega, are you ready on Hope? All right, let's call up Hope.
I don't know. She looks kind of happy. She looks kind of satisfied, you know? Looks like maybe they have a good relationship here. I can't hear what she's saying to him, though. I don't know if you guys can hear. I don't know what she's whispering to him. I have no idea what she's saying. But she kind of looks happy.
Hope. All right, let's call up Hope.
Where the lip readers at? So that's it for Sarah Boone. I'm just gonna pull this up right here. So again, this is the original date that she was supposed to have her trial. Not original because it's been pushed so many times, but this is the most recent original date. December 11th on a Monday. That was supposed to be her trial, but now it's been pushed to well, it seems like they don't sound like they're ready, but they're just going to do a pretrial / scheduling conference on January 16th, 2024. Oh my God, it's almost 2024. Guys, it's almost 2024. Jesus. Wow. Time just went by so fast. Okay. Anyways, so we do have just in case if things are, I guess if they're ready and they're going to get the ball rolling, we have a trial date that's set for January 29th on a Monday. But do I really think it's going to happen? No, I don't know. This attorney just got on the case, roughly like a month ago-ish, right? A month ago. So I don't know if they're going to be ready. I don't know if they're going to be ready to have all their experts, maybe witnesses and all that stuff. Like that's a lot of work. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I know Judge Wayne Wooten wants to get the ball rolling. I know he wants the trial to happen. He's been scheduling these dates, over and over again. And whenever Bankowitz was pushing back a little bit, Judge was like, you know what? Let's just set the date and we'll see what happens. Let's just set the date and we'll see what happens. So 22 spine surgeries. Oh no. Yeah, no, I've been trying to really take care of like my back and shoulders and all this stuff. I would say for me, it's a lot better now. Before I thought I just had like some weird nerve issues, but I think it's because I just had bad posture. I would sit for a long time or stand for a long time. And I wasn't very mindful of my posture when I'm like laying down watching TV, for example. But yeah. Grits are ground corn. Yay for the live stream. Hi, Tina. How are you doing today? Thanks for joining us on the live stream for the Sarah Boone update. And then we're going to move on over to a different case as well. I was thinking about maybe covering Corey Richards, but we'll see if we have time. Or I'll just do like 2 streams this week. We'll see. We might do that. But yeah, so we have Sarah Boone, pretrial scheduling conference is going to happen on January 16th. I think I updated my calendar for that. Did I? I did. And then potentially jury trial, which I don't think it's going to happen on the end of January. But for this month, we have, so again, right now there's a trial happening with Kaitlin Armstrong, the woman that allegedly had plastic surgery and murdered a potential love interest competitor. Did I say that right? Or does that sound weird? It sounds kind of weird, right? Anyways, but yeah, her boyfriend was either seeing or just being friends with another cyclist. He's a pro cyclist. And so, I'm not really quite sure. I thought it was like kind of like a love triangle, but it might not have been a love triangle. It might have been he was just friends with her, or, maybe he's not being, maybe he's not being honest with what was going on between him and the victim. But we have Kaitlin Armstrong trial that's happening right now. Do you guys remember the Boy in the Box trial? We didn't watch that, but we did cover parts of it. And so the sentencing, it's going to happen for Timothy Ferreter. That's going to happen mid of this month. And then we should have a hearing on motions for Chad Dorman. If you guys remember fucking Chad Dorman, the stupid fucker who murdered 3 of his young children right in front of his wife. We think it was probably some way to get her back, or I don't know. We're not really quite sure what the motive is yet, but it could just be that maybe he's like mentally, something's up with him. I don't know. But yeah, there's an update for Chad Dorman. And then possibly, I don't know if this one's going to happen. So if you guys had any updates with Alex Murdaugh, he's supposed to have his state financial crimes trial happen this month. And I believe it was supposed to be Judge Newman who oversaw the murder trial. He's going to oversee this trial as well. But from what I've heard that, of course, Murdaugh lawyers, they don't want Judge Newman to oversee this trial as well. They think he's been maybe like contaminated because of the whole allegations with the court of clerk, with the jury tampering. And, Judge Newman, that was his court of clerk. So I don't know if that trial is going to happen, but that's in my pipeline right now. And I guess we'll see if there's any updates or anything. And then Chad Daybell. If you guys remember Lori Vallow, Chad Daybell, for the murders of Tylee, JJ, and Tammy Daybell. So we already had Lori Vallow's trial. She was found guilty. She got her sentencing. But now we are going to have to focus on Chad Daybell. His trial is going to happen next year. But there is going to be some sort of hearing for Chad Daybell in regards to whether or not cameras are going to be allowed in the courtroom. So again, cameras weren't allowed in Lori Vallow's trial. Wait, sorry, I should just change the screen. Hello. Cameras weren't allowed in Lori Vallow's trial, but Chad Daybell wants cameras in his trial. So, kind of interesting. I hope they allow the cameras so we can watch it. Because for the Lori Vallow one, we didn't get to watch a live stream or anything. I think they did upload audio after the court date happened, but I don't know. I like seeing the video to see like the facial expressions and stuff like that. Sometimes the camera zoom ins, But yeah, we have all that going on right now, and it's a lot of stuff coming up. We saw her sentencing. Yeah, for Lori Vallow. Yeah, I don't know. This Lori Vallow just pisses me off. Just something about her demeanor. Like, I mean, I'm sure you guys understand it too. It's just something about her, like demeanor, lack of like contrition, and the smugness. And I don't know. She pisses me off. I hate people like her. I hate moms like her. Moms that would choose their significant others or lovers over their own damn fucking kids, and moms that are greedy like that. Like, I don't know. Like, just seeing her, especially when they were served the papers when she was like in her Hawaii trip, you know, relaxing with Chad Daybell while her kids were missing. Like, I hate her so much. Anyways, you think Tim aged a lot in the 10 days from guilty from hearing for release prior to sentencing? Dude looked rough. I almost felt bad for him when I remember this recording. So I listened to a portion of his son's testimony, and I don't know. It's just so sad. Hearing his son go on the stand and saying that, like, hey, you know, like Tim and whatever the wife's name is, they're not bad people, you know, like I'm sure they didn't mean any harm, or bygones are bygones. I don't know. Just hearing that, like, you know, he's the victim, and here he is kind of like vouching for his abusers. I don't know. I hope he has access to like free therapy and stuff like that, because I can kind of see maybe why he wanted to still have maybe a relationship with these people that were like his only parents he's ever known in his entire life, you know, because like maybe he doesn't really have anyone else. I know there's other siblings as well, but sometimes you don't want to sever that connection with your abusive parents or abusive family members, because, you know, at the end of the day, sometimes people just want to have family and they don't want to be, you know, alone. Bruce Rivers said that if one party asks for cameras, they come in the Depp trial video. Maybe they roughed him up in jail. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel so bad. It's just so sad. I feel so bad for the kids. Or the kid, because I think the other kids, I think they were treated pretty okay. But you think he's a narcissist? Part of me doesn't want to watch just because he wants to. Oh, you're talking about Chad Daybell? Chad Daybell. Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised that he wants the cameras to be in court. I'm also kind of curious what the status is between Chad Daybell and his kids. Whether or not, do they still support him? I don't know. I know there was an interview that the kids did where they're supporting the dad, you know, saying that like, oh, the dad didn't murder the mom and all this other stuff. And that it was probably Lori Vallow's doing behind the scenes or something. But I don't know. I kind of wonder where the kids are at now. Do they still believe dad, or have they abandoned him? Or I don't know. There's this other case though that I want to cover. I want to make a YouTube video about it. Have you guys been following the case of, oh God, what was the name? It's about a woman who goes missing in Colorado, but she actually had like a secret lover that she's been texting for like 2 years. She was planning on leaving her husband, and she goes missing on Mother's Day. And the husband, you know, he's there's some shady stuff going on with him, with his phone being on airplane mode for a good amount of time. Him going to like 5 different trash places to like throw away the trash. Sorry, not trash places, but like other like businesses to throw away like these garbages everywhere. And I don't know. I want to cover that because that one is still pending. They finally recently just found her remains roughly about like a month or 2 ago. And, you know, initially the dad was charged. He was supposed to have a trial, but then they dropped the case for the time being without prejudice, meaning they could probably charge him again later on and go after him. But seeing a video of him and his 2 daughters leaving the courtroom, and the daughters have him like, you know, they're all holding hands, or like they're all like locked in arms, walking together. And I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of like weird things going on with that case, but it just doesn't look good for the dad. But the daughters are still there supporting him. So I don't know. I look forward to seeing the outcome of that one. Hopefully we get to find out who the killer is soon and then do the whole trial stuff. But I was watching like a 48 Hours episode on it, and it was just bothering me like so much. Like, oh my goodness. Chad deserves to be abandoned. I don't know. I'm just curious to see if the kids are still supporting him or not. I don't know. It makes my blood boil when there is someone then in the family member that is a killer, and then the family is still like, oh, we know that you're sorry. Like, you didn't mean it. Like, oh God, shut up. Like, I don't know. That annoys the crap out of me. All right. Anyways, let's talk about the cyclist. Sorry, I don't think she's a cyclist, but let's talk about Kaitlin Armstrong. And her boyfriend is a pro cyclist who was maybe not seeing another woman who was an up and coming. She was like up and coming in the cyclist scene, and I think she was like pretty young, you know, maybe like in her mid-20s, and she was on her way to being a pro cyclist herself. She was actually doing like this like cycling tour thing. and she was staying at a friend's house, but she did go out and see this man who has a girlfriend, and she's accused of going to, I guess, essentially finding messages on her boyfriend's devices and maybe, I don't know, maybe stalking them when they went on a date, because soon afterwards, when he dropped her off, she showed up at the door and she allegedly shot this woman a couple times. And you can hear in the surveillance footage, you can hear the shots, you can hear the screams on there. And that was played, I believe, in court. Now, the woman, Kaitlin Armstrong, she got her sister's passport, went over to Costa Rica, allegedly had plastic surgery. Now, I say allegedly, but it looks like she really did have fucking plastic surgery. She looks completely different. It's in my thumbnail picture. She even dyes her hair to make her hair look darker as well, but it freaking looks like her. Like, she walks into the airport with like a yoga mat, you know, and the people that were trying to find her were like, you know, this woman likes yoga, so why don't we try to find out, like, you know, what kind of yoga studios are there in Costa Rica? And so they were able to find her. They dragged her ass back in. And I think she was actually missing for roughly like over like a month. You know, they were trying to locate her. And so they finally found her. They dragged her butt back in, and she does have a trial right now. But a couple weeks ago, she actually tried to escape. There's this really interesting, it was like on this letter that I read about how they thought that she was, you know, probably training her body up a little bit so she can plan her escape, so she'd be like really physically active, maybe like, you know, run for long stretches of time or like climb, scale some walls or something like that. But she is, sorry, I just read verdict in Adelson cases in. Oh, what do you think it is? Guilty? That's pretty quick. They were only in like what, verdict watch for like what, 3 hours now? Probably gonna be guilty then. Don't know yet. Because I know there were already 3 people that were convicted and they were already found guilty. This is like the brother-in-law or something, right? Oh, that should be interesting. Wait, should we just like watch it really quick then before we get to the Kaitlin Armstrong stuff? Verdict watch is always very interesting. Let me go to... Yeah, I mean, they decided in like what, 3 hours. Hi, Shane. How are you doing today? Hello. You're gonna do Mario Kart and stop Chai a little bit? Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna do Mario Kart again sometime. Let's see. Is it Law and Crime? Verdict reach. Oh, it's live right now. Let's just watch it really quick, I guess. Why not? I don't know, man. They only deliberated for 3 hours. That's pretty quick. So I want to read this right here. Florida dentist Charlie Adelson faces trial for allegedly hiring a hitman to kill his ex-brother-in-law, Dan Markle, a former law professor at Florida State University. Adelson is accused of being the ringleader of Markle's brutal murder. This is the 4th and final trial in the 2014 murder case, following the guilty convictions of 3 others involved: Catherine Magbanua, Sigfrido Garcia, and Luis Rivera. Adelson is charged with first-degree murder.
Everyone else, please rise.
Yeah, this case was wild. It's wild because he got his
Everyone but the 4-person can be seated.
girlfriend involved, and the
Has
girlfriend...
the jury reached a unanimous verdict?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you please could hand the verdict form to the bailiff.
Oh, he looks stressing.
The verdict form is in its proper order. Madam Clerk, please publish the verdict.
In the Circuit Court of the Second Judicial Circuit
So nervous.
for Leon County, Florida, the state of Florida versus Charles Adelson, case number 2016 CF 3036B, verdict. Count 1. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 1 of the indictment, first-degree murder. The defendant is guilty of first-degree murder. Count 2. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 2 of the indictment, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. The defendant is guilty of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. Count 3. We, the jury, find as follows as to count 3 of the indictment, Solicitation to commit first-degree murder. The defendant is guilty of solicitation to
Shaking his
commit
head.
first-degree murder. So say we all this 6th day of November, 2023.
What is sentencing going to be, you think?
Does the defense wish for the court to poll the jurors?
Yes, Your Honor.
Juror
Hey, Mama
Moore,
Bear.
was your verdict and the verdict of the jury as a whole just announced?
Yes.
Juror Brazos, was your verdict and the verdict of the jury as a whole just announced?
It was.
Juror Gardner, was your verdict and the verdict of the jury as a whole just announced?
Yes.
Juror Strong, was your verdict and the verdict of the jury as a whole just announced?
Yes, sir.
He's imagining the
Juror
jail cell.
Kraft, was your verdict and the verdict of the jury as a whole just announced?
Yes, Your Honor.
Juror Milne, was your verdict and the verdict of the jury as a whole just announced?
Yes, sir.
Juror Hawley, was your verdict and the verdict of the jury as a whole just announced?
Hi, Neko.
Juror Thorne, was your verdict and the verdict of the jury as a whole just announced?
Yes, sir.
Juror Brim, was your verdict and the verdict of the jury as a whole just announced?
Yes, sir.
I mean,
Juror
3 to 4
Williams,
hours
was your verdict and the
deliberation.
verdict of the jury as a whole just announced?
Yes, sir.
Juror Douglas, was your verdict and the verdict of the jury as a whole just announced?
Yes, Your Honor.
Juror Platt, was your
Actually,
verdict and the
3
verdict
hours
of the
for an
jury as
8-day
a whole
trial?
just announced?
Seems kind of long. I think the rule of thumb is like 1 hour for
Members of
each
the
week of
jury, I'm
trial.
going to give you one last brief instruction, and from here, you will be discharged from your service.
He kind of looks like Frodo.
On behalf of the parties, the lawyers, and the
sentenced
people of the
too.
state of Florida, I want to thank you for your time and consideration of this case.
He's been sentenced to Mordor.
I'm also going to advise you of some special privileges that are enjoyed by jurors. No juror can be required to talk about the discussions that occurred in the jury room, except by court order. For many centuries, our society has relied upon juries for consideration of difficult cases. We have recognized for hundreds of years that a jury's deliberations, discussions, and votes should remain a private affair for as long as they wish it.
Didn't people want the mom to be
Therefore, the
charged
law
too?
gives you a unique privilege not to speak about the jury's work. The lawyers and their representatives are not permitted to initiate any communication with you concerning the trial. However, you may speak to the lawyers or anyone else about the trial if you desire. You also have the right to refuse to speak with anyone. A request may come from those who are simply curious or from those who might seek to find fault with this decision. It will be up to you to decide whether to preserve your privacy as a juror. We give you our sincere thanks for the work that you have performed over this 2-week trial. You are discharged. Have a wonderful evening.
Oh, wait, when is sentencing? Dude. So this case was wild. It was him that was the ringleader, his girlfriend that he brought in, and his girlfriend was the one who, like, I think was the one who hired the hitman, right?
One may be seated.
But the girlfriend was also having relations with him and
Mr.
the
Adelson,
hitman.
you are going to be remanded
Or one of the
pending
hitman.
sentencing at this time. Does the defense wish to
Hi, Go
have
Lucky.
a pre-sentence investigation report prepared as to counts 2 and 3?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, okay, pre-sentence.
The court will order that the pre-sentence investigation be prepared by the Department of Corrections. I believe it will take possibly a month. I'm not sure if it will take longer than that. From there, will the parties be prepared to move into sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor. May I have a moment to confer with the family?
The Home
Do they
Alone
wish
guy?
to
Which
make any
one?
impact statements tonight?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
He was so cocky in the courtroom, he thought his behavior would be okay. One of the hitmen was his girlfriend's baby daddy. Jesus. What was the motive for this again? Dude, this was back in 2014. 9 years ago. Holy crap. Oh, the tall guy with the curly hair? So for the Kaitlin Armstrong trial, opening statements and I think closing, maybe verdict is going to be
But
read.
as you know, the family members have traveled a great distance, so we're hoping Your Honor will permit them to appear
his
and
mom
make
there?
those statements by Zoom whenever we're reconvening for sentencing.
That will be permitted.
Oh.
Anyone who wishes to provide testimony for the sentencing portion may do so over Zoom. I believe this does not implicate any right of confrontation.
There's children
unless the
involved,
defense
isn't
has
there?
something to raise concerning that matter.
No, Your Honor.
Very well. We are in recess at this point. Oh, yes. We are going to wait until the jurors have vacated the courthouse, and from there, everyone will be dismissed.
And his sister hasn't been charged yet, right? Sister and maybe mom. Yeah, I remember hearing about this while, like, way, way back. Can't tell. Is there any family members back there?
Let's go ahead and set a case management date as a status. This will ensure that we have the PSI in place. That will be on December 12th at 2:30 in the afternoon. If everything is prepared, we can go ahead and have the final disposition on that day as well.
Yes, Your Honor.
Dude, I can't believe so many people were in on this. It looks defeated. But how long was he like running around free for before they arrested him? Mm. He was a law professor at FSU. Yeah, mom and sister have not. They were not in court today, probably because they're afraid to be cuffing their way out. How come the sister hasn't been charged yet? They don't like what? They don't think that the sister was the one who's like, hey, brother, please help me out with the situation. They think the brother just did it out of his own volition or something, or they just don't have enough evidence on the sister. The lawyer, went to the same college as the victim went to. Oh, they knew each other. Oh yeah, this is in Florida. You never heard about this case until now. I'm trying to think. There must have been like a true crime channel that covered this years ago. Because I remember hearing about this, and it was one of those cases that always stuck with me because it was like annoying. Because I think it took so long for them to actually go after people, and I remember hearing like the brother was still like free, and like the sister, and then like maybe the mom might have had something to do with it, but she's like roaming around free as well. What exactly was the motive? I mean, it seems that the husband or maybe the ex-husband, it was probably like ex-husband doesn't want wife to take the kids to move to like, closer to the family members. And then maybe the entire family member just got pissed. And that's why they like hired a hitman to kill him. But it's like, dude, that's like so excessive. Like, do you really care about the kids then at that point if you're going to hire to kill the dad? It's harder to link. Mom will probably be next, sister after that, if mom is found guilty. Wait, you think the mom's connection with it is stronger than the actual sister, the wife? Wait, does she still have custody of oh my God, do they still have custody of the kids? Where are the kids right now? You never heard of this case? It's just wild because so many people were involved and potentially more people. a question though. Catherine Magbanwa. Let's see what she got. Did they go easy on her? Magbanwa. Filipino. Catherine Magbanwa sentenced
Have a
to
good night,
life in
everyone.
prison. Nice. Hi, Daniela. How are you doing today? How's it going? Sister was divorcing the victim. She wanted to move close, but the ex wouldn't let the kids go. Did they try to make some bullshit lies about the victim? Like saying that, like, oh, the victim wasn't a good father. We did this out of sheer desperation. Mom's 100% in on it unless there's like crazy new evidence that links to sister. Mom is way more sus than she is, but she's no saint. Wait, so where are the kids? Dan Markle kid. Oh yeah, and I think I heard about how the victim's family members. I think the victim's family members were trying to get access to their. Yeah, like his parents was trying to get access to the grandchildren, but were they denied access? Oh, that'd be so sad. Like imagine if like you have this family member, like the entire family has been accused of or allegedly murdering someone, but they have custody over the fucking kids. Yeah, previously Dan and Wendy Markle had divorced. Here, we'll just read this while waiting. I think they're done though. Ah, what is this? Hello? How do I get rid of this ad? Hello? Was that a vibrator? I don't know what it was. It says it was for stimulating to use the bathroom, I guess. I don't know what that was. Okay. Previously, Dan and Wendy Markle had divorced and were granted shared custody of their 2 children. But Wendy wanted to move from Tallahassee to South Florida to be closer to her family. A judge ruled that Wendy couldn't move the children from Tallahassee, and Dan Markle refused to move to South Florida. Prosecutors contend that Adelson paid to have the professor killed, and Magbanwa, this is a girlfriend, hired Sigfrido Garcia, the father of her 2 children. Oh my gosh, she got the kid's dad involved in this as well. Jesus, way to traumatize your kids. Now they have no parents. To commit the murder, and he enlisted the help of his childhood friend, Luis Rivera. Magbanwa and Garcia were convicted of first-degree murder, and Rivera is serving 19-year sentence after pleading guilty to second-degree murder in exchange for testifying against Garcia and Magbanwa. Adelson is charged with first-degree murder, conspiracy, and soliciting the killing, but he testified Thursday that investigators got the facts wrong. Oh yeah, that's right, he testified. How did he do when he was testifying? They think it's a murder for hire. It's an extortion. According to his testimony, events played out like this. Before the killing, Adelson family offered Markle $1 million to move to South Florida so the children could be near his ex-wife. He testified. Adelson said he offered to pay 1/3 of the cost. He told Magbanwa, who was dating at the time, details of the conversation, the content. Wait, wasn't the girlfriend working at his dental office as well? Jesus. How old are the kids? I don't know. Magbanwa asked Adelson if he'd have to take out the loan to pay his share, and he said no, he could just write a check. He also said he bought his sister a $5,000 television when she was going through a custody battle and joked it was cheaper than hiring a hitman. $5,000 television. A TV's that expensive nowadays? He repeated the joke many times before. Markle was slain more than a year later, but said it was only a bad joke. He never sought to hire a hitman. When Magbanwa told Adelson her her friend had killed Markle, she said it was because she had shared details of the custody battle and the $1 million payment offer, according to Adelson. She said, listen, this is all my fault. I had no idea anything was going to happen. It's totally my fault. Oh, God, I was trying to place the blame on the girlfriend. Okay. Adel said he went to a safe, gave her $138K in cash, and said he could pay the killers $3K a month after that. He said he didn't go to the police because he was afraid Garcia would kill him. He said he didn't think Malgbano was part of the extortion plot or the murder, but instead trying to protect him from Garcia. He testified she later told him that she wasn't getting paid a cent of extortion money, and he agreed to separately give her $1,000 a month to help pay for health insurance for her children, even though the couple had already broken up. Oh my God. How many families were destroyed? So it's like not only did you destroy the victim's family, but you also destroyed the other family members that were involved, and then the hitman's family members as well, and their kids. Oh my God. These people are just so dumb. The phone conversations were painful to listen to. Making your child an orphan should be a crime of itself. The mom and Wendy are next. Jesus, that's wild. Hold on, I'm gonna open the door really quick. It's really hot in here.
They should have. She also agreed that where the parents are communicating directly with the treating psychologist, Dr. Jennifer Katzenstein, that they have real concerns by mid-November that Ms. Beatty is improperly
muted. Hi. I was telling you guys my social security number and yeah, my bank account statements and all that stuff. Hi, I'm here. Hello. Can you hear me now? Press 1 in chat if you can hear me. 1, 2, 3 in chat if you can hear me. Hello. Okay. I've been muting my coughs, so, sometimes I forget to unmute. But I was saying that, yeah, we're back home now. Thank goodness we're back home. I was saying that we're diving into Kaitlin Armstrong, but the verdict popped up, so we decided to watch that. But let's go back to Kaitlin Armstrong because she's having her trial right now. And again, she's accused of murdering her potential, possibly, maybe, I don't know, boyfriend's friend / maybe his girlfriend. I'm not really quite sure what the relationship is there because we're getting, apparently the boyfriend testified recently saying that they were just friends or something, but I don't know if we trust him. Your house looks so cozy. I don't know. There's actually some stuff that I want to do. I want to add shelving and all that, but I haven't done it yet. Anyways, so Kaitlin Armstrong, I want to listen to the opening statements because I think those are very interesting to listen to. We're going to hear the opening statements from the prosecutor and then the opening statement from her defense. And it seems like her defense opening statement is going to be really short because I skimmed through really quick to see, how long this whole thing will be. And it seems like it's not very long. I mean, I'm not really quite sure what you can say because she freaking fled to Costa Rica, change up her face, change her hair color as well. I wonder what the explanation is going to be for that. Is it just going to be like, oh, she just wanted to start a new life in Costa Rica randomly with her sister's passport. And then also her trying to escape from jail a couple weeks ago. So I don't know how you're going to explain it as a defense attorney. I just feel bad. I just feel like for the defense attorney, that's just so much headache to deal with. But first, I want to start off with reading the affidavit for arrest warrant for Kaitlin Armstrong. It's going to have some of the details in here, and then afterwards, we'll listen to the opening statements. But this trial, again, is not live stream. The judge only allowed the opening statements and probably closing and verdict. But for the entirety of the trial itself, it's not being live streamed. Boo. I was actually looking forward to watching it. But let's read the arrest affidavit. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. So we have murder in first degree felony. Affiant is Detective Richard Spittler, 7950, employed as a commissioned peace officer with the Austin Police Department and is currently assigned to the homicide unit. Affiant has obtained the following information through personal knowledge, information obtained by APD officers, victim interviews, and information contained in the APD offense report 22-1311-523. Hi, Nicole. Amazing whipped cream that you made yesterday. Oh, that sounds so good. Condensed milk, marshmallow, strawberries. Oh my God, that sounds so good. I can't have any of that. I'm lactose intolerant. That sounds amazing though. You're following a reporter live tweeting from inside. Oh, who is it, Daniela? Can you link it for me? Are you in my Discord, Daniela? Can you link it in the Discord if you are? Yes, we like the live tweets. Actually, you know what? I was reading the live tweets for the, do you guys remember Meg Thee Stallion case? I was reading the live tweets for that one. So I want to hear which reporter's covering it. Yeah, can you give us the link, please, Daniela? Okay, so on May 11, 2022, at approximately 9:56 p.m., Officer Martin Salinas responded to a Czech welfare urgent call at 1708 Maple Avenue in Austin, Travis County, Texas. I wonder if my sister knows where this is. Officer Salinas arrived on the scene and located the caller, later identified as Kaitlin Cash, instead of the residents performing CPR on a female subject, later identified as Anna Wilson. Officers on the scene reported that Wilson had multiple defects in her body that had the appearance of gunshot wounds. Officers observed multiple fired cartridge cases on the floor near Wilson, but a firearm was not immediately observed. Wilson was pronounced dead by 10:10 p.m. by Dr. S. Scott. Cash stated the decedent was her friend, who was a professional cyclist and visiting from San Francisco. Cash advised she picked up Wilson from the airport on May 10, 2022, and Wilson had come to Austin for a bicycle race the coming weekend in Hico, Texas. On May 11, 2022, Cash stated she received a text message from Wilson stating Wilson was going to meet up with a friend named Colin to go swimming. Cash stated she was nearby residence and went home to speak with Wilson about her going out to Colin. Cash advised she had left the residence around 5:30 p.m. to meet with some of the friends and have dinner. Now, as she left, she observed Wilson's large bicycle travel bag sitting next to the front door on the elevated porch. Cash advised she went inside and told Wilson to take the bag inside of the house before she leaves so no one steals it. Cash advised after eating with her friend, she returned to the residence and observed the large bicycle travel bag at the bottom of the stairs, partially blocked the carport. Cash advised she went inside the residence approximately 2 minutes before she called 911 and noticed the front door of the residence was unlocked. Cash stated, wait, how did Armstrong get into the house? Did she break into the house or something? Cash stated Wilson was observing lying on the bathroom floor covered in blood and no one else was inside. Cash advised that Wilson's specialized S-Works bicycle appeared to be stolen, but nothing else was missing. Oh, dude, was she trying to stage it so it looked like it was gonna robbery or something? Oh my goodness. Officers checked the area and located Wilson's bicycle approximately 68 feet of Cash's residence, concealed in thick bamboo. Wait, did she try to make it look like it was a robbery, but then got lazy and was like, I'm just gonna dump it right here. Hopefully they don't find this. Oh my gosh. Oh, it tastes bad? Wait, how do you ruin whipped cream? Why does it taste bad? The reporter is Alka Prairie. Okay. Thank you. Oh, it's not Twitter, right? It's like X, Twitter X, whatever the fuck it's called. Alex Al Caperi, not now. Okay. Oh, from News Nation. Okay. Let's see. I don't see any recent. Wait, am I not working this right? I don't see any recent tweets. This is from. Wait, why is it 2020? I'm so confused. This is 2020, but then there are some from this year. I don't know. I don't know how to work X. The dates are all over the place. Oh, geez. Okay. Oh, she's making me not feel bad about the whipped cream. Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes, when you're in the zone, jokes like that just goes over your head. I got it. Yes, it's horrible. Oh no, it tastes really bad. It's okay. I won't feel too bad. I think they have vegan whipped cream that I've bought before. It's just that it's so expensive, so I rarely even drink it. Just keep scrolling. Oh, are those all pinned tweets or something? No, but there was other tweets that was from 2020 as well. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know how to work X/Twitter. Okay, back to this. Cash identified Colin Strickland as the subject who Wilson was going to swim with. Cash further advised Strickland lives in Austin area and is a professional cyclist sponsored by Red Bull. APD detectives were able to locate multiple photos from online open source media containing a subject named Colin Strickland and who appeared to be a professional bicycle racer sponsored by Red Bull. The subject was fully identified as Colin Strickland, white male, born November 17, 1986. Strickland's issued Texas driver's license showed an address in Austin, Travis County, Texas. Cash spoke with Detective Spittler and explained that she had an electronic lock on the door to her residence as unlocked by using a unique code. Cash stated that when the unique code is used, she received a notification on the phone advising the door had been unlocked. Cash further explained the electronic lock has a lock button on the lock pad that will alert her when the door is locked. Oh, I have one of those. Cash advised she provided Wilson a unique code for her only to use. Cash showed notification she received from the electronic lock to Detective Spittler, who observed Cash receive a notification at 5:55 p.m. showing the door was locked, indicating Wilson left to go swimming. The next notification Cash received was at 8:36 p.m., showing the unique code Wilson was provided by Cash to use to unlock the door, indicating that Wilson returned. Cash advised that she was recently changed the unique code and unknown to others. Now, Detective Roland Ramirez observed a surveillance camera mounted on the exterior of the residence near the crime scene. Oh no! Are they gonna see her coming in her car or something? Why do people commit murders nowadays, especially with like surveillance camera everywhere? Like, I don't know, man. Like, you really think it's like back in the day where you're not going to get caught? Like, with nowadays with all the digital footprint, it's tough. I don't know how she thought she was going to get away with this, but I guess sometimes people do because they get lucky, but Jesus. The residence is directly north of Cash's residence. The camera faces a driveway next to Cash's residence. Detective Ramirez spoke with the homeowners and they allowed him to review the surveillance video. In the video, Detective Ramirez observed a dark-colored SUV drive past the residence with the surveillance cameras at 8:37 p.m. Did she use her own personal vehicle? Hi, Cicini. How are you doing today? Hello. How's it going? The SUV appeared to have a large bicycle rack mounted on a trailer hitch of the vehicle, a luggage rack mounted on the roof, and what appeared to be a chrome around the windows. Oh, jeez. Oh, you took the day off? Nice. What are you going to do today? Did you call in sick? Are you playing hooky? Strickland, what's it say? Coming at reporters? Another recorded murder? I don't know. We'll see. I mean, there's surveillance footage. That's the risky thing. Hang out with your parents. Oh, are they visiting you right now? They're in town? Nice. What are you guys going to do? The dark-colored SUV then slowed down, appearing to come to a stop directly next to Cash's residence. Oh, this must be, maybe this is Colin's car, maybe like him dropping her off. The SUV appeared to have a large bicycle rack mounted on the trailer hitch of the vehicle, a luggage rack roof mounted on the roof, and what appeared to be chrome around the windows. No other vehicles were observed on video surveillance passing by until marked emergency vehicles arrived. Now, on May 12, 2022, officers assigned to the Lone State Fugitive Task Force drove to the address listed on Strickland's Texas driver's license and observed a 2012 Jeep Cherokee bearing Texas license plate LDZ 5608 with a large bicycle rack mounted on the trailer hitch on the vehicle, a luggage rack mounted on the roof, chrome around the windows. It appears to be the same vehicle observed in our surveillance footage. Jesus. Detective Spittler and Jason Ayers responded to Strickland's listed address and spoke with Strickland. Upon arrival, Detective Spittler observed 3 vehicles in the driveway. The vehicles were identified as the following: 2002 BMW motorcycle, 1998 Mercedes, 2012 Jeep Cherokee. Strickland voluntarily, also, damn, these are like some old vehicles. I wonder what the maintenance is. 1998 Mercedes, 2002 BMW but motorcycle, 2012 Jeep Cherokee. The maintenance sounds like a headache for this. Okay, wait, why is Strickland coming for the reporters? What did he say? Strickland voluntarily agreed to drive to the Austin Police Headquarters located at 715 East 8th Street for a formal interview. Before the interview began, Detective Spittler told Strickland he was free to leave at any time. Strickland advised he currently lives with his girlfriend, Kaitlin Armstrong, a white female born on November 21st. Oh shit, her birthday coming up! 1987. Strickland said they had been dating for approximately 3 years, but briefly ended the relationship for 1 to 2 weeks in October 2021. During Armstrong and Strickland's break, he met the victim, Wilson. Wilson and Strickland then had a romantic relationship before Strickland ultimately began dating Armstrong again. Strickland advised while he and Wilson were dating, Armstrong called Wilson on the phone, telling Wilson she was the one who was dating Strickland. Oh, dude, if you have to call your significant other's like girlfriend or whatever to tell them like, hey, I'm dating this person, back off. Like, I don't know, just find a new man, find someone else. That sounds like a headache, man. So she called her saying that this is, she was the one who was dating Strickland. Strickland told Detective Spittler he had to change Wilson's name in his phone. Oh my God. So Armstrong does not know who he's speaking to as they continue their relationship. Okay, so I mean, I'm sensing this is maybe a romantic relationship, or I don't know, maybe it's a friendship. It's not really specified here. Strickland admitted he had to change Wilson's name in the phone because Armstrong had blocked Wilson's number in Strickland's phone. Strickland also advised he had to delete text messages on his phone to prevent Armstrong from finding them. Oh my God, this is so shady. Why not just go back and just date the other girl? If you're doing all this to like speak to her, talk to her anyways, just go and date her. Anyways, Strickland advised he picked up Wilson on his motorcycle on the day of the murder, May 11, 2022, at approximately 5:45 p.m. from Cash's residence, and they went to the city of Austin Deep Eddy Pool, located at 401 Deep Eddy Austin Avenue, Austin, Travis County, Texas. Strickland stated after swimming, he and Wilson walked to Pool Burger, located at 2315 Lake Austin Boulevard, Austin, Travis County, Texas, to eat. Strickland advised after the aid, he drove to Wilson's back to Cash's residence on his motorcycle and dropped her off. Oh, so he drove the motorcycle, and then his girlfriend was the one who was driving, probably the Jeep Cherokee with the roof rack and all that stuff. He tried deliberately standing on the reporter's foot on the way out of the courtroom. Wait, what? Why? Try to knock down the cameras off. Wait, do we have footage of this? Is this like outside the courtroom? Are there footages? Jesus. Sorry, where was I? Okay, dropped her off on the motorcycle. Strickland advised as he arrived, he did not observe anyone nearby and noted the garage door to the garage located underneath Cash's residence was closed. Strickland advised he did not go inside the residence and left promptly after dropping off Wilson. Strickland advised he drove his motorcycle northbound through the alleyway into East Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Strickland advised he stopped his motorcycle and sent a text from his home to Armstrong at 8:36 p.m. This text message stated the following: "Hey, are you out? I went to drop some flowers for Adelson." Oh my God, what a liar. Drop off flowers for Adelson at her son's house up north and my phone died. Oh, dude, that is so shady. Heading home unless you have another food suggestion. Why not just dump her and just go for the girl? Unless they have a friendship and he wants to have a friendship with her and the other one is just really jealous or something. But I don't know. It kind of sounds like he's pursuing another romantic relationship. Okay, Strickland had lied about his whereabouts to Armstrong to hide that he was with Wilson throughout the evening. Strickland advised he wrote, he probably shut off his phone because she probably had like Find Friends and she was probably able to track him. Yeesh. Strickland advised he rode his motorcycle home and arrived at approximately 8:43 p.m. Strickland advised he sent another text message to Armstrong around this time and recalled being nearby his residence when he sent it. Strickland went to the garage, began working his bicycles to prepare for an upcoming race. While in the garage, Strickland sent another text message to Armstrong by 9:21. Strickland advised not long ago after he sent the message, Armstrong arrived at the residence driving the 2012 Jeep Cherokee with the large bicycle rack mounted on the trailer hitch of the vehicle, a luggage roof mounted on the roof, chrome around the windows. Strickland advised Armstrong was the only occupant out inside the vehicle. Wait, so how old was he during this time? 87? Dude is like in his like mid-30s. Why are you playing games in your mid-30s? Anyways, throughout the interview, Strickland spoke very highly of Wilson and her accomplishments. Strickland advised Wilson was a professional cyclist and was assisting her with obtaining new sponsors. Strickland referred to Wilson as the best female cyclist in the United States and possibly the world. When Strickland described Armstrong, he referred to her as a participant at bicycle races while he is the racer. Strickland said he told Armstrong in the past she does not need to ride with him because she holds him back. Strickland advised Armstrong normally feels as though he's grumpy while training because he has to wait on Armstrong due to her not being able to ride at a professional level. What the heck? This guy sounds like a dick. Detective Spiller asked Strickland about the vehicles in the driveway and who owns them. Strickland advised he owns the 2002 BMW motorcycle bearing Texas license plate, and owns the 1998 Mercedes bearing the Texas license plate, Strickland advised the other vehicle, the 2012 Jeep Grand Cherokee, belongs to Armstrong. Strickland advised he does not drive the Jeep and only Armstrong drives it. Dude, this is like such a mess that could just be avoided. Like seriously, like, and for her to allegedly go over there and murder her, like why do that? Why even risk yourself doing that? And the fact that she had to run to Costa Rica, like you weren't even gonna end up with the guy anyways. What were you thinking? Strickland admitted to purchasing 2 firearms approximately between December 2021 and January 2022, one for himself and one for Armstrong. Strickland advised he purchased a Springfield Armory handgun for himself and a 6-Sauer handgun. Wait, 6-Sauer? Did I pronounce that right? For Armstrong. Strickland told Detective Spitler Armstrong does not know where Wilson was staying and has never been at Cash's residence before. Oh, so he thought Strickland advised he was unaware Armstrong knew anyone in the area the murder occurred. While Detective Spittler was conducting an interview with Strickland, Detective Ayers, along with members of APD TAC Intel Unit, executed a residential search warrant, which was issued by the Austin-Travis County Municipal Court. During the search, officers located 2 firearms in a residence described as Strickland. Oh no, are there gonna be bullets missing? Is it gonna show that it was like recently shot? Like, what's gonna happen? He's a sweetheart, probably still available. Okay, so who's on trial, Strickland or Armstrong? Strickland seems to be the piece of shit cheating boyfriend. But, you know, maybe he wasn't cheating. Maybe he just wanted to be friends with her. And maybe his girlfriend was just overly protective and he had to, you know, find ways for her not to find out that he has a friendship with this person. Or maybe he was just fucking her. We don't know, right? It seems like, I think he went on the stand and I think he testified saying that they were just friends. I don't know. That's why I'm looking forward to looking at the tweets to see, you know, if that's true. But the person that's on trial is Armstrong. That's Kaitlin Armstrong, the woman who allegedly got plastic surgery, went to Costa Rica, hid away at like this like yoga place and got caught. And then she tried running away like a week or 2 ago. Oh, sorry guys. We went to Casco. Nice. Gotta go to the food court, man. Oh man. Anyways. This could totally be avoided. It was discovered by officer of the Lone Star Fugitive Task Force. That sounds so Texas. The Lone Star Fugitive Task Force. That Armstrong had an outstanding Class B warrant for her arrest. The Lone Star Fugitive Task Force located and apprehended Armstrong and was Wait, they apprehended her? Oh, did they not arrest her at the time? They just interviewed her and let her go? Oh, that's probably what happened. She was transported to the Austin Police Department Homicide Unit Office, where Detective Katie Connor interviewed her. During the interview, it was related to Detective Connor that the Class B warrant was not valid and should be free to leave. Oof. Detective Connor advised Armstrong of the change and further advised her she was free to leave and the door was open. Here's what happened. Armstrong was asked if she heard what happened in the past 24 hours. Armstrong began to nod her head and stated Strickland walked in the house and said one of the women in the cycling community had passed away. Armstrong was very still and did not move at all as they spoke. When confronted on how Strickland was talking to this girl, Armstrong's name came up during the investigation. She continued to stay quiet and completely still. When Armstrong was confronted with video evidence of her vehicle, she had no explanation as to why it was in the area, did not make any denials surrounding the statements presented to her. Detective Connor then confronted her on how Strickland went out with Wilson and that Armstrong was upset about that. Armstrong then turned her head, rolled her eyes in an angry manner. Armstrong then stated, I'm certain as to even what you mean or what he said because I didn't have any idea he saw or even went out with this girl as of recently. When confronted about how Armstrong's vehicle was seen next to Cash's residence and how Strickland was saying certain things, Detective Connor explained she wanted her help to explain what actually happened and to help provide a logical explanation about why her vehicle was in the area. Detective Connor then stated, maybe you're upset, just in the area. Armstrong then began to nod in agreement. But wait, didn't the surveillance footage show her getting out of the car though? Or was it blocked? Or do we not see that? Or what was going on? The Olympians, they get down like rabbits. Something about the physiques in the horse. What are you guys talking about? Hormones flying everywhere. They're definitely banging. Oh God, guys. On May 13, 2022, I skipped this paragraph. Detective Connor then confronted Armstrong about seeing her vehicle in the area, coupled with statements made by Strickland, made things not look too good. Armstrong then again nodded her head up and down as if in agreement. Armstrong again made no effort to deny that she was what was being said and still provided no explanation as to why her vehicle would be there. Why is she here then? If they said that she was free to leave, she should have just fucking left. Why are you even there? Like, you're not even like saying anything. You might as well just leave because you're not really providing any information. And I don't know. I feel like maybe she didn't want to leave because she didn't look like she was guilty, but she's like not even providing any information now. He's tweeting again. Okay, I gotta look at the tweets. Armstrong continued to remain very still and guarded. Hi, Dave. How are you doing today? Hi, everyone. How's it going? Armstrong continued to remain very still and very guarded as she spoke with Detective Connor. Armstrong then requested to leave the interview was ended. On May 13, 2022, Detective Spittler contacted Wilson's friend, who was fully identified in APD report as pseudonym Jane. Jane provided information on the condition that she would remain anonymous to prevent being targeted by Armstrong. Oh, dude, maybe the community knows that, like, you know, Kaitlin Armstrong, she's a little crazy, you know? You don't want to mess with Kaitlin Armstrong. I don't know. Jane advised Wilson and Strickland have had multiple romantic relationships together, describe it as an off again, on again relationship. Jane stated Wilson and Strickland's romantic relationship started during Wilson's first trip to Austin, Texas in the fall of 2021. Wait, when did they break up again? Hmm. 2021. Let's see. When did they break up? When did they break up? They broke up in October 2021. Okay, so they broke up in October 2021. And then 2 months after that, he was seeing her again. But then he also purchased a gun during that time. Maybe he got a gun just to protect himself from her. But he got her a gun too. Jesus. Can't keep up with the live stream on TV. Using phone for live chat and Twitter. Nice ball. Hi. Hey, Rod. How's your day going? Thank you so much for the bits. How are you? Okay, so fall 2021. Oh, this is when they first broke up, and then she came to visit. Okay. Or she was just in the area. Jane advised Armstrong discovered Wilson's phone number and contacted Wilson several times, causing Wilson to block Armstrong's phone number. Jesus. Jane stated Wilson told her within the past 2 months, Armstrong began following Wilson on Instagram. Jane advised the last time Armstrong called Wilson, she told Wilson she was with Strickland and Wilson needed to stay away from him. On May 14, 2022, an anonymous caller contacted Austin Police Department to provide information regarding the incident. The caller refused to be identified, but advised that she was with Armstrong in January 2022. The caller advised Armstrong had just discovered Strickland was having a romantic relationship with Wilson, even though Armstrong and Strickland were still dating. The caller advised Armstrong became furious and was shaking in anger. Why didn't just leave him? Why didn't you just leave him? Why would you still be this person that's lying to you? Why be with him? Armstrong told the caller. Armstrong was so angry. Armstrong wanted to kill Wilson. Armstrong then proceeded to tell the caller Armstrong had either recently purchased a firearm or was going to. An initial search of Wilson's phone showed text messages regarding an event Wilson saw Strickland and Armstrong. The following is the message Wilson sent to Strickland while at the event in January. You posted a link in the tweet in the Discord? Okay. True crime section. Strickland stepping on reporter leaving. Oh, God. Let me see. Wait, which one is Strickland? When leaving the courthouse after his testimony today, key witness Colin Strickland go out of his way to step on a photographer's foot. You could hear the photographer wail in pain. The photographer tells me he has pressed charges. This is the second negative interaction with Strickland today. Wait, come on. Pressing charges for someone stepping on your foot? Come on. Earlier, Colin tried to knock down his camera during lunch recess. Several of the photographers filed supplemental witness statements. Wait, why is he so aggressive to them? Hi, Turbo. How are you doing today? It's not like he's the one who's standing in trial. Why is he so aggressive? Can't see.
Ouch!
Ah!
Ouch!
I don't know. I couldn't really see. Oh! I saw that side step. Never mind. I saw that side step. What? That's. I think the ouch was probably exaggerated, but dude, this guy sidestepped to step on the guy's foot. Like, that seems really immature. And you got the cameras on you. Why would you be doing it?
Ouch!
Why? Colin, why? Colin, you're in your mid-30s, man. You a grown-ass dude. Why you do that? I mean, even if they were, like, severely harassing him and stuff like that, like, I don't know. That just seems so inappropriate. We don't know what the backstory. Maybe he had a reason. Jesus. Such a douche move. The size that was not well weighted. Oh my God. And the cameras were on him. I don't understand why he would do that. Maybe he has an explanation. Hold on a second. I'm going to use the restroom really quick. Wait, what's the defibrillator? What is that one about? Hi, Gigi. Okay, you're off work? Nice. What are you gonna do today, Turbo? I'm gonna take some Dayquil. The reporter's pressing charges. I need to know what the background story is. Can someone please dig around and find out what is the background story with Colin Strickland and reporters and photographers? That was so inappropriate, but I want to know the background story. I'm nosy. What's the tea on that? Wait, there's new updates with the Gilgo Beach murder? Let me text my roommate really quick. Take some NyQuil, make it a party. I don't get high off NyQuil. Are you supposed to get high off NyQuil? Wait, Dr. Hackett from Ling Island, he was being investigated as a part of the Shannon Gilbert, was at his house the night she died. He fakes a heart attack when being questioned by reporters. Oh my God. Did you hear about, there's this guy who, oh, what's the background story? I think he's accused of murdering someone and then he moves to like, I don't know, somewhere in Europe, like Ireland or something like that, where he has like a totally new life, new wife and stuff like that. And they found him hiding out there. But then when they try to confront him, he was trying to say that it wasn't him. Like, I think the guy is like chubbier now. Was he like in a wheelchair or something? He tries to fake an accent saying, oh, that's not me. I'm someone totally different. Do you guys know who I'm talking about? Sorry, that's a horrible description. It makes you chill. I don't know. I don't feel like that way with NyQuil. I feel like I don't really, I don't know. I don't feel chill with NyQuil. I take NyQuil, I'm like, okay, whatever. Oh, shit. NyQuil is a downer, sleep like a baby. I don't know. I just feel like NyQuil doesn't work on me. Maybe because I'm so special. So, like, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like it doesn't really work on me. I take NyQuil and I'm just like, I don't know. Normal sleep, I guess. But you know what? I feel like Benadryl would knock me out. Or is Benadryl the same thing? Let's see. What is in NyQuil? This is a CVS brand, okay? What's in NyQuil that makes you sleepy? Doxylamine succinate? Maybe that one? Doxylamine succinate. Maybe that's what makes you sleepy. Sweat the cold out. Oh God, dude, I was so sweaty when I was first getting the COVID symptoms. It was horrible. So it's like the bed was all sweaty and like, I was like staying in an Airbnb. Yeah, there might be some like antihistamines in NyQuil, but I don't know. But you know what? It's probably because when I take NyQuil when I'm sick, I just don't get good sleep. Probably because I'm sick. Maybe that's what the explanation is. Because when I'm sick, I don't get good sleep. I get shit sleep. And I feel like I'm like, my body and my mind is awake, you know? When like, I'm like sort of resting, but I don't know. It just feels, it's horrible. I hate it. All right. So that's Colin Strickland, guys. Interesting person. If anyone knows the tea about Colin Strickland and why he's doing that, please let me know. I'm very curious on the updates. Benadryl hits like a truck. I used to take it before school and wondered why I could never stay awake. I was kind of dumb. Why didn't your parents give you like the what's it called? The non-drowsy allergy medicine? Like, I know they're more expensive, but Jesus. I drink beer to sleep. I don't know, man. I used to drink alcohol to fall asleep back when I was younger, but I just get horrible quality of sleep. Like, it sucks. Like, I don't know. Yuckity. Okay, so back to this. And then I'm going to listen to opening statements, all right? Yee, I'm so excited. Opening statements. I haven't listened to opening statements in a while. Let's see, anonymous caller. Okay, so there's an anonymous caller saying that she found out about the cheating before and that she was furious. She was shaking anger. She was so angry that she wanted to kill Moriah Wilson. Armstrong then proceeded to tell the caller Armstrong had either recently purchased a firearm or was going to. An initial search of Wilson's phone to show text messages regarding the event Wilson saw Strickland and Armstrong. The following is a message Wilson sent to Strickland while at an event in January. Okay, so this is what the victim sent to the boyfriend. Hey, so I would like to talk to you at some point. I had originally texted you on Friday, but it appears my texts aren't going through again. This weekend was strange for me, and I just want to know what's going on. If you just want to be friends, seem to be the case, then that's cool. But I'd like to talk about it because honestly, my mind has been going in circles, and I don't know what to think. Man, like, I wonder if he was lying to the victim, saying that, like, oh, yeah, you know, I have this crazy friend, like, we're not really together anymore, and I don't know why I should, like, I just wonder if he was also lying to both sides. Maybe the victim didn't know what was going on as well, or maybe she did. Pee issues. You're 15 months over. Yay! Same thing with the edibles. Edibles, like, I don't get good sleep. I don't know. Anything with drugs, alcohol, like, horrible sleep for me. So I don't even do them anymore, really. Okay, so Strickland replied the following day. Hey, Mo, I feel very shitty for putting you in a position where you don't feel comfortable. Yeah, right. Kaitlin came along the go to a meeting about the Sprinter/Spartan Hotel project. In hindsight, this was not a good idea. Based off this conversation, Wilson appeared under pressure. She was still in a romantic relationship with Strickland, even though he was currently dating Armstrong. During Strickland's interview, he advised he purchased a firearm for Armstrong around this time. Based off the corroborating information discovered through the investigation, it would be reasonable to believe the anonymous caller is a credible witness. On May 15, 2022, Detective Spittler was canvassing the neighborhood where the murder occurred in an attempt to locate video surveillance. While searching, he was approached by David Harris. Harris is a property owner where Cash resides and rents the apartment above his detached garage to Cash. Harris advised on May 11, 2022, between 8:30 and 9:30, he walked into his garage and partially raised his garage door. Harris advised after doing so, he heard what he described as someone running down the stairs that led to Cash's front door. He advised he believed he observed a bicyclist travel southbound through the alleyway from Cash's apartment. Oh, wait, did she drive to the area, but then parked far away and then rode a bicycle to this crime scene? Throughout this investigation, detectives assigned to the APD Homicide Unit, APD Aggravated Assault Unit, and officers assigned to the APD TAC Intel Unit have collected various surveillance footage corroborating statements made by Strickland and showing Armstrong's vehicle in the area of murder. The following is a collaboration of the video timeline. 8:16, Strickland and Wilson leave the parking lot of Pool Burger on Strickland's motorcycle. 8:26, Armstrong's vehicle drives northbound on Maple Avenue and then westbound on East 8th Street. Yeah, congratulations, Paul. That's awesome work. If I use alcohol to fall asleep, I sleep for like 3 minutes or 3 hours and I wake up with a mad adrenaline rush. Yeah, I can't. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't really help me. Alcohol, like the drugs and all that stuff, like it just messes with my sleep so much. Crafty Biatch. Let's see. 8:35, Strickland drives northbound through the alleyway north of East 18th Street on his motorcycle. 8:36, the unique code given to Wilson is used to unlock Cash's door to a residence. 8:37, Armstrong's vehicle appears to stop next to Cash's residence. She must have been following them throughout their date. From the burger place, the pool place, like, Because how else would she know where she was staying? 8:48 p.m., Strickland drives southbound in 4900 block of South I-35 SB Frontage Road, approximately 8 miles from Cash's residence. Or she probably had access to like some other devices, like maybe his iPad or something that was like showing his text messages maybe, and like communication that he had with the victim. And maybe that's how she got the address. Yikes. On May 17, 2022, the 6-hour P365 9mm belonging to Armstrong, which was recovered from Strickland's residence, was test fired using laboratory ammunition. Oh no. The fire test cartridge shell case from 6 Hour then was entered into the National Integrated Ballistics Information Network. The fire test cartridge case was compared microscopically to the shell cases located next to the body. A NIBIN investigative lead was developed through the correlative review of ballistic evidence. The potential that the same firearm was involved is significant. Strickland's statement has been corroborated through video surveillance and physical evidence. Strickland has cooperated with the investigation and has voluntarily provided statements to homicide detectives. Armstrong is the only person who resides with Strickland at the residence and has access to the 6-hour P365. Video surveillance shows Strickland leaving the area after dropping off Wilson and shows Armstrong's vehicle arriving to Cash's residence where Wilson was staying. Armstrong has made prior statements expressing a desire to kill Wilson. Strickland advised Detective Spiller he had not spoken with Armstrong since May 13, 2022. Per anonymous tips reported to the APD homicide unit, Armstrong has deleted her social media accounts, has not been seen or heard from since this time either. Detective Spitland was able to view Armstrong's Instagram account the day before the murder, May 12, 2022, but after searching through open record source, found it has been deleted. Oh, man. I'm sure as hell not sending her a Christmas card. All right, so this is the arrest warrant for Kaitlin Armstrong. Oh, this is a different case right here. Let's listen to the opening statements. Again, we're going to start with the state's opening statement and then the defense opening statement. And I skimmed through this and I was like, oh, wow, her defense opening statement seems pretty short. But I don't know what he's going to be able to say because, you know, his client is in hot water. Things don't look good for her. There's a lot of evidence against her. And then her trying to escape twice. That's not a good look, especially trying to escape roughly a week or two before the trial was supposed to start. So let's listen to the opening statements and I'm going to rest my throat. You can put an app on someone's phone that allows you to track them without them knowing. I know a few parents who have it on their kid's phone. Oh, yeah, dude. Yep, I've heard about that too, where it's like hidden as well, right? Yeah. All right, guys, let's listen to the opening statements. It's Kaitlin Armstrong. Colin Strickland is the boyfriend, and Mariah Wilson is the victim.
This case is about Anna, Mariah. Everybody calls her Mo Wilson. Mo was an accomplished college skier. From Vermont. Ladies and gentlemen, jury. This case is about Anna, Mariah Wilson.
Better.
Everybody calls her Mo Wilson. Mo was an accomplished college skier from Vermont.
Can y'all hear
A
okay?
few years ago, she got into a sport called gravel racing. And about
Yeah, the audio ain't the greatest. I wish he would speak into the microphone or something, but probably because the only thing that's recorded or streamed is the opening statements, and I think probably the closing statements. They probably didn't really bother to set up a really good like audio system for us to listen to, but yeah, I guess this is the best that we that's the best we got.
3 short years, she became one of the best in the world at it.
Yep, she was a rising star.
On May 11th, 2022, at 9:15 p.m. here in Austin, Texas, the last thing Mo did on this earth was scream in terror. And you hear those screams. There's a surveillance camera.
Oh, I wonder if they're gonna play in the opening statements. Oh man, like how do you murder nowadays, man? Like why are these people murdering? There's like surveillance cameras, there's like ring cams, and like, duh, like, and you're in Austin. It's not like you're in the back country where no one's gonna have like this type of technology. Like I don't know, you're in Austin. Like I'm sure you know ring cameras and surveillance cameras like almost everywhere. People have them in their freaking house.
With an audio portion too. We'll play that for you. And you'll hear those screams. Those screams are followed by 2 gunshots. One to the front of the head, one to the side of the head that hits the index finger as it passes.
Oof. Does that mean she was probably trying to block it, I guess, if it hit her finger?
You won't hear any more screams out there. There'll be silence. 45 seconds.
Yeah, DGA is cool.
We intend to prove to you, you witness next year, that after that 4 or 5 seconds silence, Kaitlin Armstrong stood over Mo Wilson and put a third shot right in Mo Wilson's heart. 9:15 p.m. Good morning. My name is Rick Jones. I represent the state of Texas.
All right, his name is Rick
Along
Jones
with
of
my
State of
co-counsel,
Texas.
Mr. Gonzalez, Ms. Stewart, Ms. Jenny Sullivan, Mr. Rob Drummond, who will join us at some point. We intend to present to you approximately 40 witnesses from this witness chair to give you evidence over the next 4 to 5 days. We're going to start by giving you information about 3 key players. Number 1, you know this. 25-year-old college grad from Vermont.
Jodi Arias vibes? Nah, not Jodi Arias vibes. Just the vibes of a woman who does not want to. She don't want to get caught. I don't know, because like Jodi Arias was like obsessed with like Travis, right? But this one is like, I think she was just pissed that, you know, that her. I mean, honestly, like, why even go after the girl? I'm surprised she didn't go after both of them.
Up and coming pro gravel
He was
racer.
fucking up too.
Second key player, college Strickland, who's a professional gravel racer who lives right here in Austin, Texas. The third player is Kaitlin Armstrong, the defendant, who lived with Colin. They had an on-again, off-again romantic relationship, and it was business partners. They had a business of real estate business and refurbishing trailers. Through these witnesses, we're going to give you background on Colin and Kaitlin's relationship. They met in October 2019.
Damn.
They had a romantic relationship in October 2019. You heard from Colin that at some point,
Wait, so he's been having a side relationship with her since October 2019, and the murder happened in 2022? 2 years? 3 years? Why didn't they just get together instead?
2021, around the freeze, she moved in with Colin. You hear that as a result of that business, they shared an iPad and a laptop that was connected to Colin's phone. So his iMessages from his phone was available on those documents, on those 2 apparatus. And you'll hear from Colin that the relationship was on again, off again, and you will hear that.
So that's how she caught him. So they have like a business together, I guess refurbishing stuff. And they had a business, was it like iPad and a business like laptop or something? And the Kaitlin Armstrong, the person who's on trial, she had access to those devices, and his iCloud was probably synced onto there, and that's how she was able to see messages between him and the victim. Oh my Lord.
When the relationship was off, they both dated other people, but they continued to live together. And then we'll give you some more background on Colin.
Huge finances.
During one of the off-again periods in October 2021,
Were they married?
Colin began dating
right.
a romantic relationship with Mo Wilson. While he came to live together.
Because it's like, I don't think they were married. They don't have kids together. Why not just break it off?
Colin's going to tell you that he had to confront Kaitlin Armstrong, communicate, calling Mo Wilson on her cell phone. And you'll even see cell phone data. Colin is going back and forth. with
Man, he
Kaitlin
looked nothing
about
like Steve
calling
Harvey.
Mo Wilson. And he sends her a text that says WTF with regard to her calling Mo Wilson. And you'll hear Colin tell you that he changed Mo Wilson's name to Christine Walls in his cell phone in an attempt to seek his communication with Mo Wilson.
I wonder when he changed Mariah Wilson's name on the phone. Is Christine Wall like a real person, or did he just like completely make her up?
Because he'll tell you that after they dated, they remained friends. And you'll hear background on Kaitlin Armstrong as well. One of the things you'll hear is she was not happy with this relationship. Colin still communicated with Mo Wilson after their romantic relationship ended. You'll hear testimony from some of Kaitlin Armstrong's friends. And you'll hear that not only did she share that iPad and laptop with Colin, but she had access to his text messages through iMessages on those documents. he'll tell you that he was a hands-on kind of guy in his business. And Kaitlin was the business manager type. So, in fact, you'll hear that she sent emails, messages out for the business from those two documents, from those two apparatus that had access to his emails, pretending to be him for the business. That'll prove her access to those documents and access to his text messages through that iPad and that laptop.
Wait, was she pretending to be him like maliciously, or was she just acting on his behalf for the sake of the business? I know, right, Kai?
And you'll see text messages, you'll see cell phone evidence of that phone call that Kaitlin made to Mo Wilson in October 2021. And prior to May 11th, one of the things you find out about Kaitlin Armstrong, the defendant, is that Colin at McBride's Guns on Lamar bought two guns. He bought himself a gun, and he bought Kaitlin a 9mm 6-hour P365.
You know, it just doesn't seem very smart if you're going to be cheating on someone that you're going to buy a gun for them. It just doesn't seem very smart, because I was like, well, you know what? Maybe he bought the gun before the relationship happened, but nah, he bought the gun like afterwards. Like, why would you buy a gun? Like, that doesn't seem very smart.
And you'll find that in January 2022, 4 months before this murder, Kaitlin Armstrong goes to the range, a gun range in South Austin, 35 and Slaughter.
Oh, I did hear about this. They believe that she was going to the gun range to practice like shooting. Yikes. You know, maybe that's a pattern right there. Going to the gun range to practice shooting, possibly committing a murder, working out in the prison yard, trying to get her fitness up. So when she escapes, she'll be fit to like run and climb walls and stuff like that. Might be a pattern here. Defense opening statement will be even better. Will be like more clearer, or...
She buys 50 rounds of ammo. You'll see the receipt from the ammo. And you'll see pictures on her cell phone of her practicing with that weapon.
Most gun owners are law-abiding citizens and not psychos. I just don't see why you would buy someone a gun when you cheated on them. That's a bad idea.
6-hour P365 9mm. 4 months before Mo Wilson's killed.
She was practicing for 4 months.
And then we'll give you some more background before the murder. That around the May 2nd, 2022 time frame, Colin Strickland left Austin in late April. And he was gone for about 30 days.
He was gone for 30 days.
He was in California. There was a bike gravel race in San Diego area. Colin will testify that during that late April, early May 2nd deadline, that his communication with Mo began to ramp up. Otherwise, they started to communicate a little bit more than they had in the past.
Okay.
And during this time period, when Colin's out on the road in California, texting Mo more, you would learn from his witness chair that Kaitlin Armstrong is back home in Austin near that laptop and that iPad has access to iMessages to his information.
How did he not know that? Listen, you're in your mid-30s. You should know better, okay? iPad, if it's all cloud synced up, you're going to have to access your text messages. Oh, my God.
Now, some very important things happened on May 2nd. A couple of things. On May 2nd, and you'll learn some cell data information, cell phone records. Kaitlin Armstrong logged in to Colin Strickland's Gmail account and Instagram from her phone.
Yeah, I believe they do have a gun. They did like a ballistics test to see if like the markings would match up, and they said that it's highly probable that it's the same thing.
So she had access to his information. And another important thing happened on May 2nd. Kaitlin Armstrong, on her phone, you will get the record. Looked up Mo Wilson on her phone. And she looked up pictures of Mo Wilson on her phone on May 2nd, 9 days before Mo was killed.
Okay, so she looked up the victim.
And you'll learn that Colin leaves California and goes to Arizona, to Tucson, I believe. And that Kaitlin decides to fly to Arizona after looking up Mo on May 6th.
Okay, I don't know if you guys caught that because the audio is kind of low. So when she found out that there's text message between her boyfriend and Mo, the victim, she decides to look up Mo. I don't know, on social media probably, maybe Facebook, maybe Instagram, maybe both, maybe all of them. And she actually decides to fly to Arizona to reunite with her boyfriend after all this happens. Maybe was it an unexpected trip, you know, for her to check up on him, to see what he's up to? Stop cheating, maybe?
She gets to Arizona, and her and Colin drive back. They arrive back in Austin on May 9th. Colin and Kaitlin from Arizona, they drive back, make stops along the way, they arrive back on May 9th. And one of the things that Kaitlin Armstrong does on May 9th, is 2 days before Mo Wilson's killed, she looks her up.
Again.
An app called Strava. Strava app is an app that allows you to look at a person's activity. Now, you learn from Strava people that the Strava app has a safety feature. You can put the safety feature on. When you leave home, you can post your ride through the mountains. But put the safety feature on, it starts a few blocks from your home. If you don't put the safety feature on, it gives a pretty close general location where you begin your ride and where you end your ride.
Wait, did she secretly install this app on her boyfriend's phone so she was able to track him or something? Couldn't you just use Find Friends?
And you'll learn from the testimony from the witness chair that when Mo Wilson was in Austin, she did not activate her safety feature. She posted the ride, she could see where it began.
Can't hear.
Now, on May 9th, she's looking up her on Strava. She was moving her on the second. Now, Mo's not here yet, because on May 10th, the very next day, as she's looking up, Mo shows up in Austin for a gravel locos race in Hyco, Texas. It's a 157-mile race. She was favored to win. She didn't stay in a hotel. She stayed with a friend, Kaitlin Cash. We call her Cash. Cash stayed in a garage apartment at 1708B Maple Drive. 1708, she stayed in B behind the house. It's in East Austin, right off of MLK. That's where she stayed. She arrived on the 10th.
Okay, so this is a friend the victim stayed with.
Now, we'll give you some.
Oh my God. Hello?
Now,
Oh God, we're on LSD right
on
now.
the 10th, May 10th, the day that Mo Wilson arrived in Austin, you heard testimony that Kaitlin Armstrong looked up Mo on Strava 4 different.
Oh, okay. So Strata, whatever. It seems to be an app where cyclists can show like, I guess maybe their biking tour that they're gonna do. That seems like what it is. Okay, I was like, is this a secret app that she installed on her boyfriend's phone or something? It seems like an app that like cyclists use to show them like, oh, okay, this is like my trail for today or something, or this is my bike tour. I don't know, something like that. And we're on LSD right now. Hello, does it fix itself? It works for running too. Gotcha. Hello.
On that day, Colin and Mo began to text each other. You can see those text messages. We're trying to hook up together. We go back and forth about what time, where we're going to go, things like that. You see those text messages. And Colin will tell you that later on that day, 3 o'clock range, he leaves on his motorcycle to go to the dentist. And while he's out at the dentist visit, him and Mo finalized their plans to hook up for the evening and go to a D-Day pool. And he would testify that texting was on his iPhone.
Strata's up to navigate, record, and share tours. Gotcha.
His iPad, laptop, back at home, and do Excel data records. Shows that Kaitlin Armstrong is back at home. Now, we're going to tell you what Mo Wilson was doing on the last day of her life. Before she went swimming, one of the last things she did on this river was what she loved to do. She went on a 3-mile bike ride from 123, and she arrived back at 423. We know that because she posted it on Strava. And we know that because you'll also be presenting evidence that her cell phone data with her locations follows her and shows where she starts and where she goes, her whole route, and when she gets back to.
Okay, so this
You'll
is the
get that
victim.
evidence in the witness chair. And at 4:49 p.m. May 11th. Text comment. Give me the exact address where she is. 1708. This is where I'm going to need to get.
I don't know what the fuck he's
You'll
saying.
get testimony in this witness chair at 4:49 p.m. Mo sends that text comment. Kaitlin Armstrong is back home with an iPad.
Oh, okay. So 4:49 p.m. Mo sends a text to Colin. At that point, Kaitlin was back at home and she sees a text message on the iPad.
Now, we're going to talk about Kaitlin Armstrong around the time of the text message. At 4:49 p.m.
I think he might have got that wrong.
Exact location.
3 miles seems like nothing for a pro cyclist, so I think he might have like fudged up that part.
Of where Mo Wilson would be on May 11th, 2022. The exact location which texted her that. 730 Maple Drive. Kaitlin. Back home. And at 4:54 p.m. 5 minutes. With your testimony that 5 minutes after that text went to Colin, Kaitlin Armstrong looks up.
No, not Kaitlin Armstrong, but Mo Wilson. I think she was like on her way to becoming like pro. But Colin Strickland, the boyfriend slash possibly the cheater, he is the pro.
Mo Wilson on Strava. Looks at that ride, 1:23 to 4:22. You see that. You see Kaitlin Armstrong. So, now see that accident information at that time. Then we're going to move you along to the evening of May 11th. At 5:43 p.m.,
Bye, Dave. Have a good one.
Colin picks up Mo at Kaitlin Cash's apartment. They go to the Deep Eddy Pool, and there's a restaurant called Pool Burger across the street. Now,
Okay, now they're on their date.
you'll see a couple of things that put them there. You'll see Colin and Mo's cell phone traveling Cash's house to Pool Burger in Deep Eddy. And you'll see video
So now he's talking about when they're having their date with the victim and Colin
of
Strickland.
them sitting in the restaurant eating around the 8 o'clock area. And you'll even see a video of them leaving on a motorcycle to the left 8 o'clock on May 11th from the Pool Burger area. Now, Colin drops Mo off at 8:35 p.m. You'll hear witnesses talk about his cell phone. Hits him right there in that alley.
Okay, he drops her off.
Behind the main house. Down the street, man. 8:35, he drops her off. And Colin goes home. And he's home at 9:15 when those gunshots go off. And we know he's home because you'll be able to hear witnesses tracking him on his cell phone. He does stop at 8:38 on MLK, a few blocks from dropping Mo off. And he texts Kaitlin about that area he was running. He said, finished. Want to get something to eat? She doesn't respond. A few later, learned that
Hey, Mariah Goodman, how are you doing today? Hello, hello.
she doesn't respond to his cell phone. When he goes home, he receives a phone call about 9 o'clock. You hear from the person who called him. They was on the phone for 8 minutes. You see cell phone records proving it. And then at 9:21, Colin sends Kaitlin one last text message. Finished? Where you at? Give me something to eat? I'm going home.
So she's missing.
And cell phone location puts Colin at his home miles away from 1708 Maple Drive. That's how we know where he is. Now let's talk.
Okay, I guess like this happened in the bathroom so the victim was staying at her friend's house, right? Mariah Wilson. And this was in the bathroom. So how did Mo open the door for Kaitlin Armstrong? And then they got an argument and then she retreated to the bathroom. Like, how did Kaitlin Armstrong gain entry into this house? How did she get in? She kicked the door down or something?
Talk about Mo Wilson on May 11th. Mo comes home. Remember, Colin dropped her off at 8:35. Little small flight of stairs up Cash's garage apartment. At 8:36, Mo unlocks the door to Cash's apartment. And we know that because Cash has an app on her phone that sends her a message.
Oh, that's the microphone he's supposed to be talking into. He needs to stay there. Please stay right there. Don't move around. Don't move around. Just stay right there. I want to hear this.
When the door is locked and unlocked. Not open and closed, just locked and unlocked. Cash was at dinner. She left her apartment before Mo went to dinner with friends as well. You hear that from Cash. So, she unlocks her door at 8:36.
I mean, the audio's shit, so maybe he meant to say like 30 miles or something. Not 3 miles in 3 hours. Or he
She
misspoke.
goes in her apartment. And you were here from cell data experts and cell phone records that from 8:37 p.m., almost a minute after the door opens, she's on her phone. You're able to track her phone. She's looking at her phone. She's on her phone, talking at 8:37, 1 minute later, on her phone. And she stays on her phone.
So what he's saying was that the day of the murder, right? Day of the murder, boyfriend, goes to the dentist. He's setting up his, date with Mo, who is a victim. And so they're finalizing their dates and stuff like that for the night. And meanwhile, his girlfriend, Kaitlin Armstrong, she was at home. She had access to the iPad. She was seeing him texting this girl, and they were setting up time to meet up and stuff like that, right? And so after the dentist, and I think like while he's at the dentist, the victim Mo was like on a bike ride, biking for like a couple of hours. And so afterwards, they met up and I think he came to the friend's house to pick her up in a BMW motorcycle, picks her up, they go swimming and they go to like some burger joint, and then he drops her off like 3 hours afterwards. Now, when he drops her off, he, rides his motorcycle for a little bit. He texts his girlfriend, like, hey, sorry, like I'm running late or something. I was picking up flowers and dropping it off to blah, 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 and my phone died. What do you want for dinner? And so I don't think she responds. He continues riding. He gets home and he texts her like, oh, hey, like I'm home. Like, what's for dinner or something like that. And I guess she doesn't respond as well. Meanwhile, we're at the victim right now. The victim arrives at 8:35 or 8:36 p.m. She unlocks the door, putting her unique code into the digital door thing. And that's where we're at. So I think she gets shot. I don't know if it's like, didn't he say like she gets shot like an hour later? I'm not really quite sure. Because I just want to know, how did Kaitlin Armstrong, how the hell did she get in there? Because the victim was shot in the bathroom.
Until 9:13. Consequently, you will also learn that within 4 or 5 feet of those stairs, there's a fence and a driveway.
Okay.
You will learn that at 8:37 p.m., 1 minute after she opened that door, Kaitlin Armstrong's Jeep is seen going to that alley. 1 minute.
So it seems like Kaitlin Armstrong was tailing the victim and her boyfriend, because a minute after she gets dropped off, her vehicle, that 2012 Jeep Cherokee, pops up.
You'll see that on video. It's
on video. 1 minute.
36, 8:37, 8:38, probably a few blocks away. Text me. You hear all that from witness. Now, Mo sends her last message out at 9:13 p.m. She sent a text message to a podcaster. 2 minutes before that 20. The last message to a podcaster.
Okay, so 40 minutes after being dropped off, she's still alive. So I wonder at this point if Kaitlin Armstrong was trying to get the gall to commit this murder. What took her so long? Or did she park her vehicle elsewhere and then she bicycles to the victim's friend's house to murder her?
Now,
she planned
hear
it?
from Kaitlin Cash. She had gone to dinner. good friend of mine, Mo Shannon. She arrives home and sees Mo on the floor. Just sees her legs. She'll testify. She thought Mo had been on a strenuous ride and was laying on the floor, stretching, relaxing. And she'll testify as she gets closer and sees blood and freaks out. And at 9:54 p.m., within seconds of being in the apartment, she calls 911. And she'll tell you that she put the phone on speaker, and the 911 operator had her doing chest compressions to her friend.
Is she still
She
alive?
had no idea she was dead, whether she was dead or not. And she was freaking out. You hear testimony, she pressed her closest friend's chest about 80 times for 8 to 10 minutes until the first responders showed up and took over. The police talked to her that night, and she tells them that she left before Mo. She tells them who Mo is. They don't know who she is. She's a friend of mine. She's from San Francisco. She's here visiting. I don't know. She was supposed to have dinner with a friend named Kaitlin Armstrong. And she even shows them a text message where Mo texts her and said, hey, when are you coming? To begin this investigation. Now, the police continue to investigate. They canvassed the area for surveillance, videos, and they locate a black Jeep with a very distinct bicycle rack with 3 racks on it at 8:37 p.m. In an alley, about 5 feet of Cash's stairs. It's a little fence that separates them. 8:37. It's the Jeep I was just telling you about. Passing that alley. 1 minute after she opened that door.
Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. She probably parked her Jeep somewhere, walked on foot to the friend's house, to the victim's friend's house. And then after she shot the victim, she probably, I think, yeah, she stole her bike and then dumped it, like, what was it, like 68 feet away from the house or something? I forgot about that detail in the arrest warrant.
We're going to present evidence to you. That's Kaitlin Armstrong's Jeep.
They should try to make it look like it was a robbery.
Police bring in Colin freaking the next day on May 3rd. And investigation.
Okay, police bring him the next day, the boyfriend.
Police interviewed Colin. Confirms his story. He tells them all the things you're going to hear about. I picked her up. I was on a motorcycle. Deep Eddie, Food Burger. They canvass and get video to prove that stuff eventually. Now, the police also sent somebody to Colin's house to an investigation. To sit on that
I wonder if he had an inkling that it was his girlfriend that did it. Oh my God, dude.
house. We watched that house while they were interviewing Colin. His main police officer. Once the detective learned about that black Jeep in the alley, he asked Colin about that black Jeep. Colin would testify. He told him it's her Jeep. She owned the CR.
Hey,
I'm
Uncle
not saying
Michael.
I've never driven it, okay? But I wasn't driving it that day. I was on my motorcycle.
Yeah, he must have known.
Now,
Bring up the Jeep.
Kaitlin Armstrong becomes the person witness as well. Because they're concerned about why that Jeep was at 1708 Macon at 8:37 p.m. Now, the police go to get Kaitlin Armstrong. They look her up. They find that she got some Class B warrant. They pick her up and they bring her in. And you'll see, well, you heard from Detective Connor, who has her in the room talking to her. And apparently, Detective Connor would tell her, yeah, that's some kind of mistake with this woman. The birthday is mixed up or something. Not sure it's you. We're going to release you. You can go. You're free to go. At the same time, the police have got a search warrant for the search of the house. Now, you'll see that when Kaitlin is in that room with Detective Connor,
Yeah,
he said,
essentially.
I want to leave. But she doesn't get to leave. What she do? Continue to stay there. Detective Connor continues to tell her more about it and answer your questions. I just want to hear your side of the story, and you tell me why your Jeep is at the scene of this murder.
At this point, detectives are questioning Kaitlin Armstrong, asking her why the Jeep was there. I don't think she gives an answer.
Doesn't say anything. Let's say something like, I didn't know how much you get. Same girl she's been searching from May 7th, May 9th, May 10th. And eventually, they do release her from the police station that day. So here's no explanation why the Jeep is there. Now, from that search
Have you all done the ethical thing and hit the like button? Thanks, Nicole.
warrant at Colin and Caitlin's home, they find two things that are very important to this case. Two guns. One, Smith, Colin's gun. They find a 9mm 6-hour P365 that belongs to Kaitlin Armstrong.
So they find the murder weapon.
And the gun is later identified through ballistics as a firearm that was used to kill Maurice. Now, the day after this interview, May 13th, some important things happen. You'll see Kaitlin Armstrong on a video camera at CarMax in South Austin, near their home. She goes to CarMax and she sells her Jeep for $12,000.
$12,000?
CarMax.
Oh, that's how she had money to go to Costa Rica. Okay, so she goes to CarMax, she sells her car, she knows the police are on her trail.
On that same day, you'll see an Uber receipt. She rides an Uber
To the airport?
Austin Bergstrom Airport after she sold her car. And you'll also be presented evidence.
And apparently she used her sister's passport to get to Costa Rica. I wonder if the sister was...
The next day, she goes to Uber's airport on the 13th, but the next day on May 14th, she flies from Austin to Houston, and from Houston to New York City. You'll see the flight receipts. And you'll learn that on May 18th, a few days later, and you'll also learn that she has a sister, Christine Armstrong, that lived in New York, New Jersey. On May 18th,
You flew to New York to steal
you'll
her
be
sister's
presented
passport?
testimony of her going online, using her credit card, her email, buying a plane ticket to Costa Rica with her sister's name listed as the passenger on May 18th. And on that same day, she flies to Costa Rica.
See, now I want to know if the sister's in on it too. So uses the sister's credit card, email, information, passport, get to Costa Rica. Like, how would the sister not know any of this?
Using her sister Christine Armstrong's passport. She goes to Costa Rica and assumes a different identity. And on June 22nd, while in Costa Rica, she has plastic surgery. You see the medical record from Dr. Padilla. She spends $6,425 to change her appearance. You'll also see before and after photos in those medical records. That's on June 22nd.
Wait, that's like half of her money. How much money did she spend on the flight? Oh, no, she used her sister's money for the flight, her credit card. Oh, my Lord. I know, Paul.
A few days later, on June 29th,
What if she stole it? Yeah, possibly.
the U.S. Marshals locate Kaitlin Armstrong in Costa Rica. Have no jurisdiction, notify the local authorities.
New hair, new face.
Get together, they work it out. And a few days after June 29th, Kaitlin Armstrong is returned to the United States.
After all that.
Now, I want to backtrack a little bit, tell you a little about the cell phone data. Cell phone data can include calls, text messages, and also location information. It can tell who you call, who you text, and where you are. Let's talk about Colin's cell phone data.
All right, what about Colin? Tell us
You
about
see those
Colin.
text messages I told you about between them two. You see him traveling on a cell phone location to pick her up. You'll see him traveling to Poolburg. Yeah? You'll see him traveling from Poolburg. You'll see him leaving the scene at 8:35, dropping her off, and you'll see him stop and make that text message at 8:38, doing cell phone records. You'll see that 9 o'clock phone call, that's 8 minutes. You'll see that 9:21 text, and you'll be able to see from the cell phone expert that he's way at home at 9:15 when those shots ring out. You'll be able to tell it from the cell data. Come look at Mo Wilson's cell data. You'll be able to see that ride she took, the last ride of her life.
Oh, I wonder if they're allowed to mention her most recent jail escape attempt.
At 1:23?
He was trying to bring it up.
1:23 p.m. on May 11th. Hopefully not. You see it. You can see and read that text message. 4:49 p.m. on May 11th.
Thanks, Kai.
So that is.
And he mumbling again. We can't hear.
And you'll see her location to help you verify what time she got home. You got Cash's information saying it goes on May 36. You'll be able to look at the cell data to see if it also says she got home May 36. You'll be able to see that.
I'm not sure why he's mentioning this again. We already went over this, but he's talking about like the cell phone data of the boyfriend, the victim, to show like where everyone was. Like, but we already went over that.
To verify. And you'll also see that from 8:37 to 9:13, she was on her phone in her apartment. And you'll even see evidence afterwards that that's the front door, here's a couch. After she's murdered, you'll see that cell phone on that couch plugged into a white charger right there, right by the door.
What do you guys think the defense is going to say about all this? The plastic surgery in Costa Rica, her going to Costa Rica. What do you think they're going to say?
You hear this very small apartment. She was a few feet away to the bathroom. But at 9:13, that cell phone is right there when she sent that last message, right by that front door. And you'll see that last text that she sent to the podcast.
No, he's walking away. I wish I could see the slideshow at least so I know what he's talking about.
Cell phone. These cell phone people tell you they can get your stuff from your cell phone, unlock your cell phone through the cloud, all kind of ways.
All right, so Kaitlin Armstrong's cell phone.
You'll see her cell phone and a GPS that I'm going to tell you about is in her Jeep. You'll see them traveling later that day, side by side, so you can verify the accuracy of it. And you'll also see from cell phone people that at 7:30 p.m., 7:30 p.m. on May 11th, turn the cell phone on. Turn it off. By the way, on June 29th, U.S. Marshals gathered in Costa Rica. It's like the back of your cell phone on the phone. That's what cell phone evidence can tell you. And also, you'll see that at 9:55, approximately 35 minutes or so, after you hear that scream on that audio and the ring camera, her cell phone is turned back on.
Oh, okay. So the suspect turned off her phone during the times of the murder, but after the murder happened, she turned her phone back on. Wonder what happened.
And at her house in South Boston, you'll see location data for that cell phone. And you'll learn that on May 27th, while in Costa Rica, she searched her name from her cell phone, news articles, things about her arrest, things about her being a fugitive. You'll see that through cell phone data, people. She's looking at all this and reading this stuff, and putting it up on her phone while she's in Costa Rica on May 27th. After the murder, but before the plastic surgery, you see her Googling this once before her arrest and stuff in Costa Rica.
What did she Google?
Now, I told you the police was canvassing the video surveillance. You'll see one video surveillance camera of Colin leaving that motorcycle at 8:36 once he dropped Mo off at Cass's park. Got him one time on video camera. Now, there's 4 video surveillance cameras that captures Kaitlin Armstrong circling Cash's house at 1708 Maple for about an hour before the murder. It's circling.
Oh, she was circling the house. Dude, you're just like leaving more digital footprints, man. 4 surveillance cameras caught her doing that.
One camera catches her
Oh,
3 or 4
my
times, just passing up down the street. On that black Jeep that she sold at CarMax. Now, one of them videos that catches her in the front of the house, in the back of the house, they have cameras on both sides, front and back of the house. That's the camera that catches her along the fence at 36. 1 minute left. No. Now, you will find that many cars, and this Jeep here, had an infotainment center. And within that infotainment
You able
center,
to check it like I told you?
there's GPS. You hear that Kaitlin Armstrong Jeep had an infotainment center with a GPS system in it. GPS shows time and location data.
Oh, hi,
You'll
Shiro.
see an animation of her driving down Lamar with the dots. Starting about 6 p.m. Tracking her all over the city, North Austin, driving around. You'll see her circling block around the house. And you'll see the experts look at the video ring camera time, GPS on the Jeep time.
Hi, Tory Box. Yeah, feeling better. Just got like a little bit of the residual coughs, which is like so annoying. But hello, how are you? She's fooked. I say she fooked too, man. She fucked.
Verify the accuracy. For example, GPS position. She's on this street. Ring camera takes pictures. You see that side by side.
Yeah, do people forget about the GPS stuff on their cars?
Now,
Turn off your cell phone, but they might be able to get your GPS off your car.
Everybody trip log. Trip log cuts off. Jeep is on. The car is on. You hear about trip log 99, trip log 100. Trip log 99 stops at 8:40 p.m. GPS location puts Kaitlin Armstrong Jeep in an alley, like 15, 20 yards from those stairs that Mo Wilson went up at 8:36. GPS guy will testify that at 9:17 p.m., 2 minutes after those fatal shots, trip log 100 starts. That Jeep starts up and starts to move.
Yeah, people like turn off their cell phones or put their phones on like airplane mode. Like they forget that their cars are pretty fucking advanced, man. They got the logs from the fucking Jeep, even though it's a 2012 Jeep Cherokee, but they got the logs from it. That puts her there. Yikes.
2 minutes later, there's 15 or 20 yards from the stairs where the Jeep is parked. It's parked up at 8:40, white Jeep, turned off. 2 minutes up the road, that Jeep back home is gone. And one of the things about this Jeep is we follow this Jeep on GPS all the way to the home in South Austin. You see that it stops by an apartment complex with a dumpster on the way home. Stops by the dumpster for a minute. GPS shows the car moving. When it stops, miles per hour, how fast it's going, it's not moving at all. You see her go up to the dumpster, by the apartment complex, stop for a few minutes, and you're gonna see her drive off home, cut that Jeep off, and trip log 100 is gonna end.
I'm surprised she didn't dump the murder weapon. You know, she could have pulled a Jodi Ayers and been like, oh, it got stolen. I don't know what happened to the gun. Oh, it's stolen. There was a break-in.
Right around 9:55 p.m., same time, that phone popped back on at her home.
This is when she turned the phone back
Now,
on.
you're gonna hear from a ballistics and true mark expert. There were 3 shell casings and 3 projectiles recovered at the scene. One of the projectiles was too mangled to compare. So he had 3 shell casings and 2 projectiles he used for comparison. So they got those 2 guns that they got from the search warrant.
I mean, they had that old-ass Mercedes sitting in the driveway. Maybe she should have taken that.
Kaitlin gun, and Kaitlin's 6 Tower P365 9mm. They test fired those guns and compared those test fires casings
This is the murder weapon here. So she kept the murder weapon.
to those 5 found at the scene. From that chair, the ballistics guy's gonna tell you Kaitlin's gun was excluded. Kaitlin's gun were identified. The results will show that those casings, test casings, were identified as being the same as fired in that gun. That's what he's gonna testify. That 6-hour P365 9mm, the same gun, fired those casings. The same noise made the fire.
Damn, and how long he said this case was going to be? This trial's going to be like, what, 45 days, a month and a half? Man, seems like open and shut to me.
And you're also going to hear from DNA experts. Now,
Hey, Blind-O-Matic.
you hear that they swabbed DNA from Mo Wilson's bike, which they found in some weeds, maybe 10 yards from the bottom of those stairs, cut 4 or 5 yards from where that car was parked at 840, and some bamboo weeds. They found her bike. You will find that the bike weighs about 5 or 6 pounds. You can pick it up like with one hand. You'll find it's a very expensive bike, thousands of dollars. And you remember that earlier, she was riding the bike for one thing. Now, the DNA expert will tell you that she took DNA from Mo Wilson, Kaitlin Armstrong, and Colin Strickson to compare to the DNA on that bike.
Oh my God. They found her DNA on the victim's bike. Oh shit. She didn't wear gloves or nothing. Oh my God. Greetings. Hello. How are you? Oh my God. She's done for.
Now, they found DNA on the handlebars. Now, DNA expert will tell you that they don't say that's the person. They got likelihood ratios.
Yeah.
Uninformative, 5 categories. Uninformative with the lowest, strong, and very strong likelihood. That's how they keep it down. You will find, or she'll testify, that the DNA on the handlebars was a very strong likelihood that the DNA on the handlebars included DNA from Kaitlin Armstrong. Strong. And the DNA expert will testify that with regards to the DNA on the seat of the bike, that there's a very strong likelihood that the DNA on the seat of the bike included DNA.
Okay, I want to know how her defense team is going to explain away the DNA that they found on the victim's bike. Because, you know, it's not like they were friends. It's not like they knew each other. It's not like they were hanging out or nothing. She has no contact with the victim, aside from her boyfriend seeing the victim. Oh, my God. How are they going to explain this away?
Kaitlin Armstrong, very strong, highest category to have. And on October 11th, 2023, 19 days before this trial began, you're going to hear testimony that Kaitlin Armstrong escaped from the Travis County Jail
Yep. Oh, good. They're able to bring it up.
and was apprehended about a mile down the road.
Try to run away again.
19 days before this trial.
Hi, Jennifer.
When we present this evidence to you through these 40 witnesses here,
Well, I think what happened was after she shot the victim, she stole the victim's bike, decided to bike out, and then she's like, wait, shit, my car's parked here. So she probably, like, instead of like dumping the bike somewhere else or to make it look like it was stolen, she dumped the bike only like a couple feet from the house, I guess, because she was like, oh shit, my car's still here. I don't know. There's no logic behind this.
we're going to ask you to find Kaitlin Armstrong guilty of murdering Mo Wilson. Thank you so much for your time.
Her defense will be cringing so hard at her. Fuck yeah. All right, good job. Good job, Mr. Prosecutor. All right.
Thank you, Ron. So why are we here? Why are we here?
Why are we here? I don't know. You tell us why, sir. I love hearing from the defense team, though, because of the cringe explanations that they give. I mean, they're doing their best. They're doing their job, right? And sometimes they have some dumb shit fucking clients that they have to explain away some of their dumb shit fucking actions. So you know what? Here comes the defense team, and this is going to be very entertaining. He talks for about like what, 15 minutes? Let's see what he says.
You heard the state get up and tell you this is an open and shut case, right?
Seems like it's open and shut.
Ballistics, GPS evidence. The state's certainly convinced. That's all very important. So why are we here? You may already have your mind made up. I know Detective Richard Spittler with the Austin Police Department certainly did, just hours into his investigation.
Oh, no.
So why are we here? We are here because the state's opinion of what the evidence is and the Austin Police Department's opinion of what the evidence isn't important. You are the most important people in this room. It is your opinion.
Wait, the evidence isn't important, but let's make the jury feel important. You, the jury, y'all are important. The evidence, that ain't important. You guys are important. Okay, so he's trying to boost their like confidence or self-esteem or something. Like, what is this?
Of the evidence that we are here for. That's why we're here. Reasonable doubt.
Okay, reasonable
I'll
doubt.
talk to you about reasonable doubt. Reasonable doubt is doubt that is supported by...
He's making arguments about the way the evidence. He's not giving a roadmap.
Provide an open statement with the evidence would show. With no statements to that.
I plan to, Your Honor. Reasonable doubt is doubt that is supported by reason and common sense. And
I couldn't really hear the objection, but there was an objection there.
expect at the end of this trial...
Something about the evidence.
We'll be talking about doubt, what that is. But for purposes of my remarks to you this morning, I want to talk to you about reason and common sense. Now, reason...
Once again, that's not a roadmap for evidence. That's argument.
Oh, okay. So he's saying that what the defense is doing, he's not laying down the roadmap of the evidence. But I feel like every time when I hear like opening statements, I hear lawyers defining like, oh, what is reasonable? Oh, I guess no, they usually do this in closing arguments, don't they? Talking about like reasonable doubt and shit.
Judge, can we approach?
All right, approach a mundo. All right, it's fiery. Man, I wish this was a live stream. All right. So, hey, no Kleenex. What is that? All right, judge is shaking her head. All right, defense attorney is waving his head. Who's winning? I don't know. Oh, I forgot I could just forward through this. Duh. Looks defeated.
The state just discussed with you what you will see, what you will hear about, what you will hear throughout the course of this trial. But I want to talk to you about what you didn't hear about.
All right, what do we hear?
What you didn't hear about. You
Okay.
didn't hear that not one witness saw Kaitlin Armstrong allegedly commit this murder.
Okay.
Not one, because there isn't one. You didn't hear.
I'm not objecting again. He's supposed to present the evidence over that he's going to show, not evidence that he's not going to show. Once again, this is argument.
Look at his face. The defense attorney's face looks so hurt.
And that he's going to show, not evidence that he's not going to show. Once again, this is argument.
The information from the argument.
Okay, Nicole, I was planning on doing that, but during the time when I was doing the sidebar stuff, right? For some reason, my YouTube wouldn't allow me to show transcripts, so I couldn't locate what part of the trial we were at before the sidebars happened. But now I technically could match it up because now I have the transcripts. Oh, I don't know why. Now YouTube, I can look up the transcripts. So I could technically do that, but I don't know if I want to. Do I want to do that? I don't know. I mean, I was thinking about doing that too on my live stream. I was like, oh, I'm going to look up the transcripts. I'm going to put in so much effort and work into this. But I couldn't look up the transcripts. And I was like, oh, dude, it would have been too hard to pinpoint what part the sidebar was if I didn't have the transcripts available. But I thought about that, Nicole.
That the evidence that you open statement that you stated on the statement states one thing, and he's pointing out what that evidence does not show. That would be permissible, but we were limited to that and not argument as to the facts of the case.
This is a lot of this is what the third objection so far in opening statement, and the opening statement has only been what a minute maybe.
Or why it is a match. The burden of proof that in this instance.
Also, why is he turning his back on? What is this defense attorney doing? Is he supposed to turn around and participate in this conversation? He's got his back turned on the judge. Or else it cares. What is he doing?
Thank you, Your Honor. You won't hear, and you didn't hear, about any camera footage showing Kaitlin Armstrong at the scene of this shooting.
Okay, so he
Despite there being tons of cameras in the area, and you heard opening statements about all the cameras that were in the immediate vicinity of the scene of that shooting, not one captures Kaitlin Armstrong at that scene, because there isn't any.
But her car was there.
You did not hear about any direct evidence showing Kaitlin Armstrong is responsible for this crime, because there isn't any. Now, you will hear at the time Kaitlin left Austin to go to New York and then to Costa Rica, she would have no reason to know about any warrant that was present in this case.
Okay.
But the Austin Police Department.
But why would she use her sister's passport? Jim Carrey and Liar. Oh my God, I love Liar. Hey, he's got a good head of hair.
And told her she was free to go. She was free to go. That's what you will hear. You will hear that Kate is passionate about traveling. She's passionate about yoga. And you're going to hear that she was totally comfortable traveling to far-off locations that intrigued her at the drop of a hat, on a moment's notice. That's what you'll hear. And you'll hear in the days following the shooting, weird things were happening to Kate at her home, documented things that would cause a reasonable person to fear for their safety.
Wait, is he saying that there was unrelated things happening to Kaitlin Armstrong that caused her to leave to go to Costa Rica? But that doesn't explain why she used her sister's passport. Oh my God. Okay, where are we going with this?
And that ultimately led to her decision to leave Austin.
Okay.
And you're going to hear people among us who are weak to begin with, who are troubled to begin with, who are damaged to begin with, are more likely to fall into that kind of state of reaction, an attempt to retreat. So let's talk about some of the witnesses that you may hear about over the—
Wait, what? Hold on. What was that statement?
Who are weak to begin with, who are— and you're going to hear people among us who are weak to begin with.
You're going to hear from people among us who are weak to begin with.
Who are troubled to begin with.
Who are troubled to begin with.
Who are damaged to begin with.
Who are damaged to begin with. Who's weak? Who's troubled? Who's damaged?
Are more likely to fall into that kind of state of reaction.
Are more likely to fall into that kind of state of reaction. Are we talking about Kaitlin Armstrong?
An attempt to retreat.
An attempt to retreat.
So let's talk about some of the witnesses that you may hear about over the course of this trial. Detective Richard Spidler. Now, he's the detective who, prior to the investigation of this case—
I don't get what that statement was. I guess he made it towards her client, like, oh, she's a weak person and she has that weird reaction because she's weak. She's I'm so confused.
Had never served as a lead detective in a murder investigation.
Ooh.
Not one.
Ooh.
But I'm sure he did very well on his exams.
Ooh, that was condescending as fuck. He was like, this guy, never been lead detective before, but I'm sure he did well in his exams. Whatever. Damn. Toss the credibility under the bus. Jeez.
You're also going to hear from Detective Katie Conn. Now, she's a detective
Okay.
that will tell you she's never met a defendant she couldn't crack in an interrogation, even if they invoked their rights multiple times throughout the conversation, asked for their lawyer multiple times throughout the conversation, asked to leave multiple times throughout the conversation. Now, the state is going to attempt to tie Miss Armstrong to this shooting through purported forensic science. And you'll hear from the DNA analyst that examined some items that were collected in this case. And you will hear from a ballistic technician who will tell you he eyeballed some shell casings that were submitted in this case and determined that they were not inconsistent with a firearm that was taken from the home of Kate and Colin. But you will also hear from experts. And I want you to listen when those experts tell you DNA reporting can mean very little. And ballistic science isn't a science at all.
DNA reporting can mean very little. I've heard about the ballistic stuff though, but I mean, if you look at the markings and they're very similar.
And it's not highly regarded by members of the general scientific community.
Okay, I've heard about that, but I don't know.
There's no evidence that it's not highly regarded by the general science community just because you can find one or two people say that.
Judge,
He said, hold on. Sorry, I don't know if you guys can hear any of this going on. So he's saying the ballistics is not highly regarded amongst the scientific community. The prosecutor was like, just because there might be one or two people saying it doesn't mean it's not highly regarded in the scientific community.
It's not highly regarded by the general science community just because you can find one or two people that say that.
Judge, these are opening remarks. This is what we expect the evidence to show. This is proper argument. Thank you.
This guy's facial expressions so funny.
Before that objection was overruled, we were talking about ballistic science and how that is far from the gold standard.
Damn, this guy is so snarky. Hi, Lemon Baked. How are you doing today?
That you see it depicted as on TV. Now, the states and the officers with the Austin Police Department and the scientists that they employ, they were so desperate to keep Kaitlin Armstrong in their crosshairs that they had tunnel vision and jumped to conclusions. And at the end of this evidence, you will be left with the conclusion that the state's purported forensic science is inaccurate, is unreliable, and unscientific. Now, words and phrases have the meaning that we give them.
They just do like the whole probability thing, like 1 in like a billion, you know, or 1 in a million, trillion.
Words and phrases are meaningless unless jurors like you draw a hard line in the sand. Phrases like presumption of innocence.
Once again, argument.
Yeah, there's a lot of objections.
Proof beyond any reasonable doubt.
Judge, once again, he's making argument.
Judge, this is the burden of proof. If the state is apprehensive about the jury hearing about...
I'm apprehensive about him not giving a roadmap and getting an argument at open statement. That's what I'm asking.
What the fuck is going on? Oh my god, I wish this trial was live stream. Why was it not live stream? We're only at opening statements, and this is already so spicy. She fled the country. Yeah, she went to Costa Rica with her sister's passport. And obviously, all the obvious facts or the evidence, he's not going to address any of it. He's just going to pick something else and pivot to like, oh, detective is like, this is his first time with this case. Oh, ballistics. That's not even regarded in like, you know, highly regarded in the scientific community. Oh, blood DNA. That doesn't matter. So he's like addressing like other things, saying that like, oh, there's no witnesses that actually saw her do it. But like, there are some key things that he's not addressing. There's a reason why he's not addressing it is because there's no explanation for it.
Judge, once again, he's making argument.
Judge, this is the burden of proof. If the state is apprehensive about the jury hearing about...
I'm apprehensive about him not giving a roadmap and getting an argument at open statement. That's what I'm apprehensive about.
You said 4 words. I don't know where you're going from there, so I'll allow you to finish your sentence to see if it is part of the open statement.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it. You must approach the task of your evaluation of the evidence with the willingness to think that which I know as a father, as a person, as a human, know to be the most difficult words to say. I don't know. I don't know. And I want you to approach that task.
Judge, once again, he's talking about how the jury weighs evidence. He's not talking about the foundation, what he's laying, what he expects to prove.
Judge, this is appropriate argument. Your
This is
Honor,
opening statement.
I didn't hear the words.
I just said this is opening statement. I haven't made a ruling, but I would ask again that you could find your remarks to the appropriate statements for this juncture of the trial.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's a lot of objections. Oh my god. You know what this reminds me of? Remember Terry Sanderson versus Gwyneth Paltrow? There was a lot of objections doing Gwyneth Paltrow's lawyer's opening statement. And I remember he started getting really pissed. He's like, this is inappropriate. There's been over like 10 to 20 objections during my opening statement.
I don't know. At the end of the evidence, that is your conclusion. We don't know. The appropriate verdict is not guilty. And as you approach that jury room, if that is your conclusion, we don't know, not for sure, then the appropriate verdict is not guilty. The state has a job to do. We have a job to do. And you stand between us. And we stand...
Judge, that's not opening statement.
Objection sustained.
With Kaitlin Armstrong, a woman who is trapped in a nightmare of circumstantial evidence.
That's not opening statement.
Judge,
That's
I'm
argument.
discussing the evidence. And that
You're
it is
discussing her
circumstantial.
state of mind. That's not evidence.
This statement is sustained.
Okay.
Oh
We have an
my
awesome
god.
responsibility.
He's not even saying objection
Yours
anymore.
is more awesome.
Okay, I actually wonder if his opening statement was a lot longer, but because it's been interrupted so many times, it probably cut down maybe like 30 minutes, like maybe like 15 minutes or something.
And at the end of the evidence,
He does, yeah.
you will be left with the conclusion that the state has fallen short of the incredibly high burden that they have willingly accepted in choosing to accuse this woman of a very serious crime. You had your chance. You could have been excused on Monday.
Judge, that's not opening statement.
Objection sustained.
But you told us you to here.
That's
He didn't even say objection no more. Just be like, objection, blah, 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 blah. Now he just getting it up. He just pissed now. Oh my God.
opening statement.
Objection sustained.
But you told us you to here.
That's the same line of question. It's not opening statement.
Are we concluding this main?
I'm trying to wrap it up, Your Honor.
And you're not doing opening statement.
Let's wrap it up appropriately as far as what the evidence from your portion of the trial or what you intend to show or think will be shown to the jury.
I'm trying to get there, Your Honor. Despite
Without
interruptions.
argument. Let's do it
Yes.
without argument.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so she's trying to push him to show the jury a roadmap of what's the evidence that they're going to present, but they probably don't got no evidence, you know? They probably ain't got nothing that supports their claim. It's going to be a tough defense for him.
Thank you, Your Honor. At the end of this case, your responsibility is more awesome. And you will have the conclusion that the state has fallen short of its burden.
Judge, once again, every time you sustain, he gets up and says the same thing. He's making arguments about how they weigh the evidence at the end of the trial.
Judge.
That's not opening statement.
It is the burden of proof, Your Honor, that the jury has in this case. If the state's apprehensive about the burden of proof that they've accepted,
There's a time and place to talk about burden of proof. It's not opening statement.
Let me stop both. If there are no further statements about what the evidence is going to show, then we can move on to the next portion of the trial. So we've heard that statement that you've made a few times now, so
Oh my God, they're going to cut his opening statement short. Oh, that's why it's so short. Oh
I'll ask you if there's nothing else about the evidence.
there is, Your Honor.
Okay.
no. Okay, so she's like, is there anything about the evidence? He's like, there is. Okay, let's see if he says anything about the evidence. He's got, he's got 20 seconds.
We trusted you then. And we trust that at the conclusion of this trial, when you look at the evidence, you will come to a just verdict. And that just verdict, we trust,
He doesn't talk about the
will be a
evidence.
verdict of not guilty.
He doesn't even talk about the evidence. Oh man, it's because the man ain't got nothing. He ain't got nothing, man. Having Kaitlin Armstrong as your client, he ain't got nothing. Oh God. Okay. This week, I do want to watch Corey Richards. She has a court hearing that happened last week, so I do want to watch that. Oh my God, that was so spicy. I'm so sad. This is not live stream. But next week, audio's gonna be better. Or so not next week. This week we're gonna watch this. Okay. So this is about the walk the dog letter. Corey Richards, we've been covering her for a bit because she's been doing some fuckery behind the prison stuff. You know, she wrote a letter addressed to her mom, essentially seeming to direct her mom to tell her brother to say X, Y, and Z about things about her husband and about him procuring drugs from Mexico and getting fentanyl and blah, 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 blah. And it looks like it's witness tampering. And her explanation for that was, it's not witness tampering. It was actually part of a 65-page novel that I've been writing. It's a fictional about me and my dad going to Mexico and getting drugs. And then I get caught and then blah, 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 blah. Like, it's complete bullshit. But I do want to watch that. So let's watch that. We'll do this sometime this week. And we might do a Depp v. Heard thing. I think there's a lot of Depp v. Heard stuff that I still want to get through and just take a look at that I haven't looked at yet. So I might do like a first look with you guys. So thanks for hanging out with me today. I still had a lot of coughs that I had to mute. So hopefully it'll be better tomorrow. And I appreciate you guys being here. I hope you guys had a good one. We're dual streaming right now on Twitch and on YouTube. But if you guys are new here, please feel free to join the Discord. It's like a community hangout area that you guys can join. And yeah, we have a true crime section. Or if you don't want to do true crime stuff, that's fine as well. You could do other things on there. You could post pictures of your cute little doggos. And I don't know. If there's anything you want me to cover that is true crime related, though, you're welcome to post it in there. I hope you guys have a good one. There is I do want to do like a true crime video about the story that I've been really interested in. But yeah, I don't know. We'll work on that. Also, if you guys remember Sherry Papini, y'all remember Sherry Papini, the fake me out gone girl? Sherry Papini tried to fake her disappearance, saying that she was like kidnapped and whatever. But Sherry Papini is actually back in court, and she's actually facing off with her ex-husband. So I don't know. I wanted to keep an eye on that, but there's no like video of the actual court proceedings, only like bits and pieces of it. So I don't know if that was gonna be, if they're gonna post that, but that'd be very interesting to watch. Sherry Papini. All right, y'all. I hope you guys. Thanks for letting me comment. Bye, Nicole. Hi, Dustin. How are you doing today? I'm new here. Hello. How's it going? I'm actually ending the stream right now, but thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys have a good one. We'll stream again this week. I do want to cover again another Depp v. Heard stuff, and then I want to cover Corey Richins, and then for Twitch, we're playing video games on there. But I hope you guys have a good one. Hope you guys take care, and I will see y'all later. Bye. Cheers. Yeah, Dustin, thanks for popping in. Bye, y'all.